The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by this podcast, as well as its hosts, are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is exposing, revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interests at heart, or our own. Enjoy the show.
Like you saying, go ahead.
Wait, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
What you mean, go ahead? What happened?
Talking to Mike Freeze.
Shoot.
No, I'm just saying that's the side they don't see.
Yeah. That's the side that they don't see.
Because people
behind
be
the
like,
scenes.
That's part of Mel's manipulation.
My manipulation.
She tell me to shoot and get right on that X. Oh my God! I can't believe he said that.
The workplace.
The work
Perfectly landed on me.
The workplace. I ain't falling for Mel.
My God, for a room full of dudes who really fucking hate when girls bring up the past, y'all should remember the motherfucking past.
Trying to reverse card. That's it.
Reverse Uno all motherfucking day up here.
Oh, she lit.
All day.
That white nigga got lit.
You're jumping the gun.
Mel is in her bed.
You're jumping the gun.
And that ain't my.
That's my beef, nigga.
Yeah, I'm not in that segment.
I am in that.
That's a flip segment.
Okay.
I'm not in that segment.
No problem.
I feel like Mel should be able to do whatever she wants outside of the
Why
bar
do you
without
say
being
that when the
harassed
camera
by-
come on and remove yourself from the situation?
Without being harassed by a co-host.
Why do you say that? You think just like me. We think alike.
Yeah, but you can't say
We
it.
saw Tommy Hilfiger's son in that picture, boy.
Big Elmira.
Whatever that nigga name is.
I'm about to say, was that Tommy Hilfiger's son?
He went like
No,
this.
does he look like Tommy Hilfiger?
I don't care. I just lied. But he went like this. You lied and said, yo, I'm going to record you. And then you tried to move past him. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later, man.
Yo, where do you see this stuff?
They sent it to me.
They sent it to me as well.
My man Simon sent it to you? He said,
I don't know who that is.
oh, Ish. Ish, what's up, Ish? I'm happy to see you.
Good day, sir.
That
Good to
is
see you.
wild. That is
You
wild.
yo, whatever is kicking in when a nigga turn 50, it hits you. Wow, and I thought about you this weekend, like, yo, he really losing weight. That shit befuddled me, son.
Yeah, because he stopped eating sugar.
I hit somebody up, like, yo, I need that. Cause you look good. Look how you grilling me. You look good. And when I compliment you, I think it's old shit.
Yo, you still sticking to the I stop eating sugar line? That's all I'm asking. Like, is that, you confident and that's the one we riding with still for real, honestly?
He literally said
That's what you telling to people that love you and care about you that you known forever. Yo, I stopped eating sugar and look. That's what you telling us?
I thought about the Ozempic
You're not
thing,
gonna answer me for real
but
today?
then I watch him eat the whole salad bowl, whatever. I watch him eat it.
You think that's how sugar works?
You tell us how sugar works, nutritionist.
You don't stop and then just lose 40 pounds.
I didn't lose 40 pounds.
How much you lost?
11.
Yeah, that was a hefty one.
You would know.
Yo, nigga.
Yo, Mark, go in the bathroom.
Mark just be him, blow your nose. We need the on-air sign.
Yeah, for real. Like a big one.
Yeah,
though.
we are.
Silence
Yo,
on air.
We on air.
Corey be doing laundry,
Washing dishes.
washing dishes, opening boxes.
Microwave.
Mark got a midge. That's what you can do that when the numbers is coming in, huh? You can just do whatever you want. Yeah, show off. Anything else? What's that? You want to go to the store too? You want to get us some drinks?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I slept on them educated niggas, man. Yeah, they deep. I ain't gonna hold it. And they ain't leave. They sticking around to see what's going on. All right.
They deep.
Yeah. Yeah. How you say you to the educators?
Hey guys,
Hello.
good day.
Boo. Hello. Freeze, what up?
What's up, man? How y'all feeling?
Feel good, yo.
I'm good.
Good.
Happy to see y'all.
Yeah, happy to be here. This weekend felt extra. Just it ain't feel like a short weekend like they normally do.
There's a lot of shit going on this weekend.
A lot of shit.
In a good way.
Yeah.
So happy everybody could be here with us today. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we certainly appreciate that. All praise to the Most High for putting breath in our lungs. So merciful. Come on, keep this applause going.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You're a doctor?
Flip and Mel. What episode is this?
825.
825?
That's right.
Welcome to episode 825 of the JBP. Brought to you by, fueled by, powered by, Prize Picks, Dave Portnoy. Shut the fuck up. Jay Williams. That's my man, too. That's my man. Shut the fuck up. Got a list of people that need to shut the fuck up today, and guess who ain't on that list? You guessed it. Me. I know they hate that. I know they hate when I come in here in my bag. I know they want to see him humiliated, humbled, calm even, wrong, held accountable. That sounds shit, right? Oh, somebody's got to hold Joe accountable. Suck my dick, nigga. How about that? Knicks in fucking 5 like the fuck I said. The fuck is wrong with you niggas out there?
You said it.
I mean, it don't count now.
Man, listen.
It still counts.
Man, listen.
Tatum hurt, man. It don't count.
Well, before we go any further, our prayers to Jason Tatum.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. No
We
one wants to see
absolutely love Jason Tatum. We hate seeing that every time it happens.
that. Yep.
You know, my heart goes out to him and his entire family. Regardless of what type of sports fan you are, some of these guys are really just really good guys.
Yeah.
And Jason Tatum is one of those people.
Yeah, you don't want to see that shit.
Yeah, no.
Nah. I hope it's not as bad as they're saying it is. Because people were saying
It looked like what we think it looked
it looks
like.
exactly like an Achilles injury,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But people were saying because his pain tolerance is high, some people are confused into thinking it wasn't as bad as it was because he wasn't screaming and flipping and doing all the stuff that some people do. But some people just have a high pain.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, fuck he was.
When I saw
I don't know what.
when I saw
they had
him,
the small TV must be. I don't know what TV they was watching on, but when that camera panned back and he was banging on the hardwood,
Yeah, and even back in the locker room, I thought it looked like an Achilles reaction, but people on TV were saying it wasn't. He was reacting like it could have just been a small tear or a sprain and not a full tear.
Yo, aren't you a Sixer fan?
Yes, so we had a great night.
Mark
yesterday.
Lamont Hill.
We had a great night last night.
Shut the fuck up. Gotta add him to the list.
We got the lottery though, nigga.
I'm sorry. We're not talking about the lottery right now. We talking about being up 3-1 against the defending champs when everybody counted us out. That's all we talk about right this second. We was up 2-0. Charles Barkley and them niggas said, Game 3 is a must-win for the Knicks. When have you ever heard such insanity?
It made sense.
You gotta be up 3-0 against the defending champs or you gonna lose. Y'all niggas was gargling Celtic dick. Let's just call a fucking spade a spade. I told you them niggas is old, hobbled, washed up. Porzingis, put him on the fall-off list. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah.
He looked like shit. He looked horrible. Drew Holiday, that's my man, so I ain't gonna say too much about him. That's my man. That's my man. And when I was talking shit at the game, because I was behind the Celtics bench for game 3. When I was talking shit, he heard me and turned around.
He like that?
When you go to these games and be right behind the opposing team's bench and start talking shit, the black people that's involved with that team is gonna talk back to you and say something. I'm talking about assistant coaches, staff, if it's a black ball boy, them niggas gonna look around. So I was talking my shit. Drew Holiday turned around and looked at me like I was an athlete. He turned around and looked at me like I was fucking Glenn Robinson or somebody. He was like, all right, watch now watch, nigga. I was like, whoa. Chill, bro. Yo, I'm joking. He turned around with the passion and competitiveness in his eyes. I was like, yo, I'm just kidding, dog. I don't know what you are. Just chill. And anyway, that was short-lived because it was a blowout. But yeah, enough now. Enough. And we ain't even starting with this. I just felt compelled. To come in here and speak this way, being up 3-1 Eastern Conference Finals. Looks like it's in our near future.
With the asterisk.
Huh?
Semifinals.
No, you're saying the
that's the
finals
finals.
are in the future.
It'd be the finals.
Are you a Laker fan? Antoine! Shut the fuck up! ECF, Antoine. Not semi nothing. Ain't no semi no more. The Celtics are going home off the semi. You know what I mean? Hey, and y'all not alone. Sometimes you tried to get it done as a nigga off the semi and it don't work. hey, sometimes you ain't as hard as you thought. Hold up, nigga, I'm cooking now. I'm gunshot now. Now, come on, man, help me out. Fucking hit the gunshot. Look, get out of here, girl.
Talk to them niggas. 7 for you, nigga.
Come on, we gonna start this show. I don't want to take over. I don't want to be that self-centered.
Yeah.
But right after that prize pick said, we back. We back. How's everybody doing? How y'all feeling, man? Please.
Feeling good.
Feeling good,
Amazing,
man. Feeling good.
Amazing. I had a fun weekend.
Yeah.
Exhausted from the fun weekend, but it was a fun weekend.
Yeah,
Happy
I'm sitting
Mother's
down
Day
for a while.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's start there. How was everyone's Mother's Day? Mine was pretty cool.
I saw some
It looked
pictures.
like it.
Your mom
Yeah.
looked great. She looked happy.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
Yeah, and now the Instagram post of appreciation for your mom is a thing in my house now. So I had to hit him at 8:30 with the hey, I'll always love my mom.
Is that a thing? I didn't do it.
It is kind of a thing.
It's kind of a thing now.
It is.
If your
kind of
mom's
a
on
thing.
Instagram, I guess you got to do it.
My mom's blind. It'd be more for my wife.
I can't.
I tell my mom she's on Instagram all the time.
Yo, my mom is blind.
I post you every week, but my wife won't buy that. So next year I'll start doing.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a thing like that.
I didn't.
Is that why they call you Dark Lamont Hill?
I don't know. It's some sick.
That might be the reason.
I don't
That
know.
was some
It's-
dark humor. Funny.
That was funny.
Oh, wait, huh?
They're calling him Dark Lamont because this is his burner. He
Yeah.
comes over here and get off all of his evil, fucking treacherous.
But here's what, and I try to leave you alone, but here's what's standing out to me. That, you know, when we say dark humor, you know, you guys are horrible, but it's funny when he does dark humor, huh? You just put it's funny behind him. When I did dark humor, can you edit that out, please?
Well,
No,
in
no,
defense of Mel,
that's not dark humor.
in defense,
That's supposed
we
to
back.
be That's Get him, Bones.
In defense, my dark humor was against my own mom. You can't. Your dark humor was against her. Like if my mom got mad, she'd have it right.
You right. I got you.
You know
Say
what I
no more.
mean?
Say no
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah.
Shout out to mom. Shout out to everybody.
But what y'all
And
do
your
for
dark humor is misleading because it's never none of that over the duck, curry duck.
Why you keep talking about this curry duck shit, nigga? You're invited, you weirdo.
Because I don't want to be invited.
No, you're
nigga.
invited. You just don't come to
'Cause
niggas'
I gotta
cribs.
point out how phony you are to your sister. That's
I'm
why.
phony to everybody, nigga, but I get it from you, nigga.
the fuck outta here.
You lead in phoniness up here.
No, it's not true.
You're the phoniness leader.
Up here,
What?
please.
Freeze.
Ain't no try to fire me now. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here, nigga.
I'm not trying to pop.
What was we on? Mother's Day?
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day.
What did y'all do?
I had a gathering at the house.
Okay.
We brought our moms together because it's normally a pain. So I brought my mom up from Philly. She came. I had a little catered event at the house.
Nice.
And I had my wife invited some of her friends who were mothers there, and it turned out to be about 20, 25 people. Just a nice little.
I ain't gonna hold you. Every time you and your wife host something at the house, it feel like her friends dominate. Like you said, your mom came up from Philly and then all her friends, it was 25 of them. It was like, where are your friends?
All right here, Joe.
And we ain't get an invite.
To nothing.
Fuck no.
Facts, word.
Well, that's
We
not
ain't get
true.
an
We ain't
invite.
gonna go
We
back
like
to that.
moms too.
Father's Day, though, I was thinking about doing like a barbecue or something for the brothers, and I was going to invite everybody up here.
Well, that's a good idea. Can I come? Come on.
Come on, let Mel come.
The wives will be there.
That's fine.
That's fine.
I make friends easy.
That was a crazy joke.
Mark,
Hey, listen, I got somebody I can fucking dust off and bring with
you
me.
know,
Oh, then bring
The
them.
fuck?
nigga,
Wives being there is just Mel up in the
Yeah.
difficulty level of the game.
Right.
it's Temple Run 3 for her, nigga.
Let's take this off rookie.
You Yo, and listen, because you're going to have to sit in the corner, sit by yourself. Niggas' moms and wives will be walking around.
No, I will not.
By the barbecue pit.
I will be walking around making friends.
Okay, I'll be watching. And I'll record.
I know you will.
With my phone, yeah.
I know you will. That's a good plan, Mark.
I was out at the. I'm coming to that if you do it.
I'll guarantee you I'm gonna do it if y'all.
Nice.
I was out eating. We went to brunch. So while I was out eating, everybody was in such a great mood. We're seeing all these parents and people out, black people out eating and shit. I was like, oh man, I feel so good, man. Hey, man, Trey, send me your mom phone number, man. Come on, go ahead, man. It's Mother's Day. She a mom. Go ahead, send me. You know. And I sent my first baby mama a happy Mother's Day text.
Oh,
All right.
Thanks. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, girl. And she said, oh, thank you so much. Who might this be? Like, look
That's
at you being
hilarious.
fast. look at you ready to go. Hey,
Yo, Trey, he gonna ditch you again, niggas. Dad, I heard what you said on the pod, nigga.
Wait, but men think that about anything. But anyway, I was like, your favorite baby daddy. I'm just like, oh, thank you so much, Joe. And it just warmed my heart.
oh.
So my controversial, no, I know that's dope. My controversial question for y'all was,
That was nice.
Did y'all?
did y'all hit?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Hitting around of applause.
Every time. Every Mother's Day, she get a gift. She gets a...
Come on. That's what's up. Come on,
Happy
man.
Mother's Day
Awesome.
text.
Look at that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
The giving from me is from my daughter, but yeah.
Oh,
you
that's-
did that
that's how you
trick
do it.
from my
I'm
from the daughter. What type of gift was it?
Well, she does... I get a different charm to commemorate something for her Pandora shit.
Oh, from Pandora.
That's like over $100.
No, it's not.
40?
They're not over $100.
Okay, I'm just saying. I just think your daughter ain't buy that. You bought that. I think you should be mindful.
I am.
From
I'm
your
very
daughter.
mindful.
Just get a little card and stuff. Happy
She
Mother's
gets-
Day. A little.
She gets, that's what she gets all the
Well,
time.
respect. I'm on your ass.
There's nothing to be on my ass about, bro.
Yeah,
Nothing. But yeah, I sent her a text and
that was nice.
something for my daughter, a card or whatever.
That's nice.
Nice.
Well, happy Mother's Day to all the
Yes,
mothers out
facts.
there. We certainly hope that y'all enjoyed the day. Hope y'all was showered with love and fucking flowers and all that good shit. And remember, Father's Day is next month. So just,
Yep.
Yes, sir.
you know,
Yeah.
they don't like to hear that shit.
Nah.
They don't like that shit.
For Mother's Day for my lady, I just told her, yo, don't even get out the bed. Like, because we went out Saturday. don't even get out the bed.
Friday and Saturday.
Go free.
No, like, nigga, I got everything. You just whatever
We
you
can
want.
take that two ways, but that's fire.
No.
You know, we all took it the other way. So.
I know.
I'm about to say that sounded more like Father's Day.
You
Shit.
better like that.
Nah, it was more just on some.
You better not get out that bed.
Whatever you want,
Right.
whatever you want,
Free
you
shout to
say
you,
it
free.
and it happens, and that's what we was on.
And for
what's
Mother's
up.
Day, I left the keys to the handcuffs right there.
Y'all gonna stop that shit.
Hey, yo, it's right there by the dresser.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you
Hey,
can
let
reach
yourself
it,
out if you want
if you
today.
can reach it, you can get out. You gotta unlock yourself this time.
I'm gonna play back. Certain people don't like their families play with. I'm gonna play back.
That's true, that's true.
Get him. I don't give a fuck.
I will play back.
Nigga, I play.
I'm just letting you know. I will play back.
And I want you
And
to.
he will take it further.
No,
Let
I
him.
won't.
I let him rock when she was here. He went crazy on me. I watched it back. He was going crazy. That nigga was like, who? Jordan, nigga. With his and all this shit hit. I'm like, oh shit, freeze. Goddamn. I'm on your ass. I told you.
Well, we all had a family. Well, not a family because everybody didn't go, but Mark, Freeze, Parks, and myself did go to the Kendrick and
Imani.
SZA show and EPC.
Hey, what up, baby?
All went to the Kendrick and SZA show at Metlife on Friday night.
It looked like fun.
It's been all the fuss on the internet. So now we get to hear first-hand accounts from people. What did everybody think? Let me get a recap.
Well, I even got the little tour shirt on.
Oh,
and
me
stuff.
too. Me too.
I didn't make it to the merch booth.
I had to. My wife took my jacket.
It was cold as a bitch in there.
It's my first time going to a merch booth. I
Oh, that's my
never
first.
in life.
That's my first stop every time I go somewhere.
Oh yeah,
Like I missed the first song because I was at the first.
Yeah,
at the merch.
I was texting you right before, and then I was like, "Oh, ice is tight."
I'm online. I'm like, I heard the crowd
Bum,
yell, and
bum,
I'm
bum.
like, I told my shorty, I'm like, yo, you wanna? We only got like 7 people ahead of us. You wanna just run back in? Like, fuck it, let's just buy up our merch now. So we cop our shit, didn't win in.
Well, when I got there, I got there a little late. Somehow I managed to get there much later than I planned. I was on the group chat, like y'all telling me songs and shit. But I thought the show, I had two thoughts. One, the show was amazing. I thought it was an amazing show. And also, I'm old as shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm still tired from that show.
It was a long-ass show.
Bro, they did 3 hour set.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
A 3 hour set is crazy. But my initial thought was, this was art. Like, it wasn't just a concert. Like, you needed the visuals they had with it, the way everything went together. Like, some outfit changes, SZA flying up with the fucking wings on, with the backdrops, and they put a full production together. I love this shit.
This kind of tied into my thought. I was like, these two are like, they seem like the kids that were in like the art class and like the theater class and were like kind of nerdy. And now they're on like the biggest stage in the world doing like superstar shit. Like SZA being up there dancing like Madonna and hanging from the shit like some fucking pop star shit. I was like, look at SZA, man. Look at SZA. I wouldn't have pictured that. I mean, I would because she's amazing and talented and beautiful and all that shit. But like, she doesn't seem like the type to do that. She seems like she wants to be in her little art nerd world.
And yeah, I also like the pre-recorded. I usually don't like the pre-recorded skits; they're often corny to me. But these were actually really good. When he was like kind of in the
deposition.
Deposition. That's what. Yeah, he was in a deposition. And at the end, by the time it ended up at the gas station, I thought that whole thing was dope. It was well done. It was well acted. It was beautiful. It was just well shot. I love the color schemes, everything. It was just beautiful. The only thing I didn't like, I thought the ending was anticlimactic. Like I thought they should have ended with Luther.
Over Gloria.
Yeah.
They about to sing.
It just felt like, all right, the show is over, and it felt like they were stretching a little bit.
The show was over after Not Like Us for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was the highlight. People started walking out. Like, I had the set list, so I knew the 2 records was left, and I knew the order. But I'm just looking like, I think they wanted to send you out on like a not so turned up. That's so they lowered the energy a little bit.
Right.
My only complaint was Mad City.
I was just, we on the same page.
Bro, you can't do that to Mad City.
That flip was fire, but I was expecting after the first verse,
you wanted your
yachts.
You cannot
And it
do
did
that.
not yacht,
It's like an R&B version of Mad City.
Yeah, they butchered that.
That flip was not fire.
I like the flip.
No, not.
I didn't like it. I didn't
That
like
is one. He got like
That
3.
Anita Baker flip.
I like that shit.
He
That
has
shit
like.
was absolutely fire, and it should be for sale.
Yeah.
They should sell
I'm
that
not mad
somewhere.
at selling it. I'm talking about for the live show version. That is one of those super high energy records that rings off anytime he performs it.
I get what they were trying to do, though.
for
They
it.
were trying to let All Right be the energy. So I get it, but I was like, fucking. I was ready to lose my shit.
I'd rather him not do the record.
No.
Like Mad.
No.
I'm just saying, Mad City is one of those songs that anytime he
It's like
performs
Smells Like Teen Spirit
it
for
will
me.
it'll break the venue. Like you can't strip it down and make it an
Yeah,
R&B
but that
track.
was one of my issues with this show, and I'll get to all of my issues later. But the contrast in energies during the back and forth set.
Yes.
So I would think that somebody had that on their mind and knew what that record did energy wise. And you got to temper some of that shit if you going back and forth between SZA's set, which was not as energetic as Kendrick, and then Kendrick. I wish one of them would have went out first, and then one of them would have went out second.
Yeah.
And they could determine that based on who's hot in what city. I get the whole co-headline, TDE, We're a Family, art class, all that shit, y'all said theater class. That was fucking me up in there.
Me too.
That was fucking me up in there. I'm not gonna hold
Some
you.
high-low shit.
Dog, in my section where I was at, Parks was like two rows in front of us. But where we was at, me and Ian and Corey and E, the 3 white girls in the back of us, when SZA came on, they was jumping up word for word, knew every one of those songs. And when Kendrick came up, they would sit down. That's not their bag.
Right.
And then I would stand up. And we did that back and forth.
I think that was intentional.
Agreed.
I hate it.
And
I hate that.
To your energy
I
point,
absolutely hate that.
That was my beef about the GNX album. It's the same thing. High energy, low. Every song went like this. Like I think there's they intentionally are shaping the project, the album, the tour, so that it is a up and down. It's a roller coaster. Because like I said, you finish not like us, and then you come back with Luther and Glory.
I'm not there for the roller coaster. I'm not there for that.
That's how you stretch.
And I'm a huge SZA fan as well. But if I come out to see one of you motherfuckers, that's the energy that I don't want to have to sit down, gather myself, go get a drink, go to the bathroom. Like, oh my Lord, they was killing me with
That's
that
where I
shit.
fucked up. I wish I would have sat down. I stood for 3 hours, dog.
Me too.
I was handicapped by the time that shit was over.
I stood.
I was sitting right on a wet seat, ass all squishy.
That's what I did.
I didn't give a fuck.
I sat down.
Squishy ass nigga.
I stood. I was in the fucking
You was in
riser
VIP.
circuit.
You can say you was in VIP.
Well, it's the riser.
Was that VIP?
He was in celebrity VIP. Yes.
Ugh.
But I told you, I said you would hate it here.
Yeah.
You would hate it.
I was thinking about going over there because Wave, shout to Wave.
And
Extra
then Mark
tickets.
was in there acting poor. I'm sorry, Park.
That's
Mark,
all right.
and then Mark was in there acting poor. Park's trying to get Mark arrested.
He really did.
Well, we were in like the,
He was looking out.
We were clearly in like the comp area. So
No, that ain't true. I ain't get comped. I did not get comped.
oh, salute.
We were in the comp.
There were some extra seats there, so I figured Mark and his wife could come over and hang out, and then if the people show up, then
Because what happened
That's
was
always awkward.
I thought I had. We bought good seats, but then the way the stage was, it was like a back part of the stage and a front part of the stage. When we got there, he was still on the back part of the stage. So I was like, "Yo, we far as shit. I ain't pay all this money for to be that far." But then when he came around, he was right. We were like basically front row for the front of the stage, but I didn't know that. So I was texting them like, "Yo, we gotta go somewhere else." So my wife was complaining. I don't care.
Well, now, my problem was when we got there, I thought I was somebody. I mean, we're in New Jersey.
mad love from the people in the crowd. by
It's
the way.
Metlife.
Yeah.
Nigga, who ain't... Nigga, we... So, hey, go drive over to the private parking lot over there. So, where we normally park for Summer Jam, man. So, yeah, we don't have a... Hey, man, go pull up over there. Man, told us to get the fuck out there. Hey, I rolled the window down. I said, so send him over to my side. hey, yo, Budden, Big Man in the pod. I said, so send him over to my side. I rolled the window.
Nigga, Sergey don't watch the pod, man.
I said, hey, look.
No, he did watch it. He didn't give a fuck.
Look, I'm looking right at the lot. It's right there. I rolled the window down. Headed right over there. She said, no, you're not. She said, do you have a pass? I said, no. She said, okay, so let me see your ticket. Okay, so you're going to walk mad far, and then that'll get you where you got to go. So, all right, cool. We're in a good mood. We had a concert. Look, we're just going to get out in the rain and walk mad far. So, me, Corey, Amani, Erickson, walk.
What you did, Ish?
We walk.
Pay.
No, you can't pay. You can't pay.
I paid and got pretty good parking.
No. You can't pay and get in that private parking lot that we talking about.
Okay.
And the handicap is not going to get you in this parking lot that we talking about.
Okay. Maybe
Listen,
Joe,
the handicap get you right. I was right there.
I stuck my boot up in that one. Ma'am, it's 500 right in that boot for you, too.
And they would have directed you to Hackensack Hospital or wherever people with that boot on should be at. You wasn't getting there. But anyway, so we get out and we walk. I don't mind walking. It ain't no big deal. We walk. In the rain. Hiking it. Every door we tried to get in, they was like, nah, you got to keep walking further.
Yeah.
All right, so we keep walking further. Man, we went to security guards like, yo, where do we go for this? That nigga said
the other side of the stadium.
Oh goddamn!
That long zigzaggy line with all of the white people. Then we look, that line was ridiculous.
Oh, y'all got to roll.
I said, oh shit,
I had none of these flaws. I walked right in.
I walked straight in.
Yo, why you ain't start? Pump,
I said,
pump. That said, come on, bro, this guy.
Well, that doesn't always solve things, Antoine.
I would have thought it did.
But when we saw the line, that's when I made a phone call, and we were able to be escorted with the proper treated like who the fuck we are and how we supposed to be. Appreciate you. Thank you. That was great. What's my other beef about this show? I got a few beefs about this show.
How much of it did you
had
see?
a bad experiences.
Yeah, word. I had a blast.
Whoa. I don't know where you can ever.
No, I'm just saying, like, before you got there, all that shit y'all went through.
The seats are amazing too. We was right there.
Walk. We can walk.
Shit.
But anyway, once we got in there, we was good. The seats were great.
Seats are amazing.
The wristbands alleviated all of those workers because there was a lot of people working. There was a lot of security there.
It was
a lot of security.
The horses, the horse cops, all that shit.
Nigga, they had the dudes out there with the AR-15s on them.
No, there was a lot of
They wasn't
security.
playing.
Security that day looked like that meeting they had before this morning. Strict instructions. We not playing with none of y'all.
Nothing.
And I totally understand that with stars as big as Kendrick and SZA.
Soon as they got on stage, they threw them in the SUVs, police escort, straight out.
My second beef, internet. We could put the who sold out and who didn't sell out seats debate to rest.
Yeah.
That one is not important. Trust me. It's not. It's with the amount of people that came out to see them people.
Yeah.
2 nights in a row.
Facts.
2 nights in a row. That's night 2.
Back-to-back nights.
And the mall.
Huh?
And the mall.
Oh, and the mall pop-up.
SZA did the mall pop up and shut the whole, 3 or 4 floors shut down.
I'm just saying, it's a lot. 50,000 people, 55,000 people is a lot of people for y'all to talk about the 2,000 people that.
Nigga, 45,000. It don't matter.
Yeah.
If you got 48,000 people in a 60,000 people venue, my nigga, shut the fuck up.
Especially two
That
nights
was
in a
a
row.
stadium
Like,
that was
I don't
packed
care what you
and
talking
everybody
about.
singing
Yeah,
word for word.
I don't care what you
Yo,
talking
and that's what it looked like. It was crazy. It wasn't a lot of empty seats.
Well, some little kids in there singing. I was like, oh shit.
Which led to
Look at
what
the
I
security
did.
guards was singing.
Right. Which led to what I did next, which was Pocket Watch.
Sure.
So now, as I'm watching the show, I'm here looking at the production. I'm counting the dancers.
Oh yeah.
Yo, shout out to the dancers.
They were gorgeous too.
Shout out to the dancers. They were all of them.
I loved Kendrick's because they had there were a lot of beautiful dark skinned dancers too, which I thought was really dope.
Yeah, they had a lot of dochies.
Yeah. Yes.
It was a lot. It was like they had a dochi factory.
That's what it looked like.
Every dancer looked like dochi.
It was dope.
That was fire.
It was dope.
That was fire. Yeah, shout out to the dancers. Damn, what the fuck was I just talking about?
You're talking about the budget.
Pocket watch.
Oh yeah, pocket watching. Yo, dog, man, this little motherfucker, these two going back and forth under the
little
stage,
elevator shit. Yeah.
over the stage. Ooh, okay, now the GNX is drinking. Ooh, it's going down. Ooh, it's coming up. All right, now let's get the dancers come out. Wah, 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 wah. All right, now we playing a movie. Yo, these niggas are making a killing.
Yeah,
They are making
and shit.
an
It looked like like it was hanging from
they're
the windshield.
making an absolute killing up there.
And I gotta say, yo, the performance of all the stars
that was fire.
with the lights and shit.
That was
shining up in the
fire.
sky.
That was fire.
That
Was fire.
And they're on the risers and shit. Yeah. That shit was fire.
With all the pyro, yeah, that might have been that and Euphoria were my highlights.
The pyro was the best part because it got warm for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, because it was a little brick. It was a little brick out there.
Yeah, shit, brick is not fair.
It was a little
cold.
brick out there. Yeah, that pyro, that little 3 seconds. Like, ooh,
there we
yes.
go.
They need to turn that on. See, but that was in my pocket watching because I'm like, it costs to keep cutting that on.
Oh yeah.
So
And it went off quite a few times.
Quite a few times.
Yeah.
So then as I'm watching these niggas go under the stage, over the stage, under the stage, over the stage, I'm like, yo, he's shorter than I thought. You know how many times I went to take my phone out and tape and lost him? Yo, I'm like, yo, where is this little motherfucker at? And he got the nerve to be standing in the back sometimes talking about some.
No, when you do the crouch down, like you already, we can't see you, dog.
Yo, dog. He is tinier than I thought.
He looked like 5'6", 5'5", 5'6".
That's generous.
Nah, he's probably somewhere around there.
He about your height, Mark.
5'7", maybe even.
I'm
That's
taller than you, nigga.
hilarious.
I'm
He's
taller
not.
than you,
He's
nigga.
not. Respectfully, Mob Deep short.
But that stage was humongous. The stage was swallowing him. Pause.
Yeah, it was.
In my opinion,
It was a big fucking stage.
Yeah, I was
that
losing.
stage was huge.
Yeah. The big U. It was like a big U or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Big circle. However it was
Yeah,
shaped.
when you hit them far corners, I couldn't find a beat there. I was,
Yeah.
And then the whole time, as I'm sitting there, I was having a blast. I'm like, okay, sis on her earthy shit. She on her, you know, that vibe. And she'd given me that for about 90 minutes. Cool. I enjoy that. Man, then she came out and started riding a grasshopper. I'm like, okay.
There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of bug energy.
And now I got to watch the dude grasshoppers behind her.
Now the praying mantises.
He back there talking
I was
about
high, so I was enjoying the shit. Yo, I was on the animal. Those are my dogs.
Yo, if you was at that show high, that grasshopper shit was a trip.
You needed some shrooms.
Yo, what? I was loving them motherfuckers.
Yo, the nigga next to me was like, dog, if that grasshopper has a steering wheel and she starts driving that bitch, I'm leaving.
Yeah, she did. She rode that shit like a motorcycle.
Yo, SZA has to stop.
Nah, it was
no.
That goes back to the art class
but
shit.
you're not a grasshopper. Get on. Yo, if I was a stage handler or somebody responsible for the, oh my Lord. So the grasshopper thing was funny. The dude grasshopper's doing this behind. That was hilarious. What else was hilarious? What else was hilarious there for me? I enjoyed the set.
I love the set.
I love the set.
I left early now too.
Nigga,
Once the Playboy Cardi shit came on, you were out here.
Yo, when he told me when he left, I'm looking at the set list. I'm like, bro, you missed. He's like, no, that was towards the end. I'm like, Joe,
Yeah, you missed a bunch of shit.
I must have counted about 15 records.
But they also made that show a lot longer than I think it needed to be.
Agreed. Agree with that part.
They started at 8:15 on the dot.
Yeah.
And I want to shout out all you bitch ass niggas out there that went to shows in other cities and then told me, no, you gotta go for Mustard. You gotta be there for Mustard. So you know what I did? I showed up and saw Mustard. Mustard ain't do shit. That nigga stood up there and played some Mustard records. Nigga, I got them songs.
I was in the parking lot.
He said, look, I missed Mustard.
I missed Mustard. I heard it from the parking lot.
I was there before all of y'all. Yeah.
Well, I was there, but I was waiting for Rem, you know.
We was at the mall first.
I do.
We went to the American Dream and then went.
Both of y'all was waiting for y'all.
Yeah. I was mad as shit. I got the babysitter. We left here early, which is a miracle. I drove from Edgewater back to my crib, 45-minute drive, got dressed, got the babysitter, fed the baby, came out. She's like, I just don't know what I'm gonna wear. I'm like, it's gonna be black outside, it's a stadium, and it's cold.
Raining and cold. Yeah.
Right. I was mad as shit. And then she wanted to stay to the end because my wife I love her. She's a wonderful, extraordinary woman who doesn't quite always understand how time works.
That's a lot.
I can relate.
Women don't care about time.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, baby, not like us. I thought not like it was gonna be the last song.
A lot of people did.
Uber said 2 minutes. I said, so when the song starts, I'm gonna call the Uber and then we'll walk to the parking lot. She's like, well, let's just wait for one more song. Then Luther came on. I was like, everybody's gonna leave when Luther comes on. She said, well, let's just see. Then she heard another song. I was like, no, we out. So now that 2 minutes turned to 82 minutes. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh my God.
So she said, Mark, didn't you say Joe came with some friends? Let's just ride back with Joe. I said, I promise you, Joe Budden is not in this stadium right now. There's a better chance that Joe is home right now.
That is a fact.
You know the crazy part? I stayed to the absolute end. And drove. Walked out. I was in my house within 30 minutes.
Same.
I didn't hit a lick of traffic.
I got super lucky when I came in. There was a long ass line for the parking. They kept trying to, keep it moving. And I just saw homeboy like, yo, gotta get in here. He's like, you sure can. Pull right in there, like one of the first lots, right when you pull in the little.
They gave me an email and was like, yo, if to get past this, go to this window. So park here. So I'm like, all right, bet. I drove all the way around till I found that parking lot. Hung my joint up there, and I ain't know
no better. My dumb ass took Uber. The Uber lot was like, it was the worst choice a human being could ever make.
I'm so bad.
So instead of being out there first, I'm standing out there last in Gen Pop, no disrespect, but having to talk to every black person who walked by on a week where more black people saw me probably than they had in a couple of years. It was so frustrating. I eventually just went in the bathroom and waited.
In the Ed's head? With
in the
porta potty?
I was just in the store.
It's gonna sound like a shot. It's not. With all due respect, Mark, do you know how to be hot?
I don't like to be. I like to stay out the way.
Bullshit. Carry on.
No,
thank you, Parks.
No, I'm talking about shit. Dead ass. I just wanted to go to the show, sneak out, get in the car, and go home without talking to anybody.
Mark, it's not gonna work
without
like that.
any level of disguise.
If that was your plan,
you'd have had a hoodie
Like no
on.
hat,
If that was your plan, then at no point should you have been in the Uber section of Metlife.
Do you know that the Joe Budden podcast is pretty popular in New Jersey?
No, I get. That's why. That's why I wanted to leave.
Salute for sure.
A lot of people.
Y'all should be sitting in
That's
this.
my beef with the rest of
A
them.
lot of
They
pictures.
just have no idea. They just be like, I was in the Uber section, me and my wife.
Y'all should tell. When next time y'all see my wife, tell her this.
Just waiting.
This is why I wanted to leave with Not Like Us. So that everybody was still in the stadium, so that I wouldn't have to pass anybody. If we had left when I wanted to leave, I wouldn't have seen anybody. But by the time we left, everybody was walking out, and then I got stuck.
Dog, I was looking around that stadium, seeing all those people and the lights with their phones out, and all I could think to myself was, one, this is beautiful. And outside, it was a beautiful night. Like, it was a nice night.
The weather held up.
Yeah, it didn't rain. Didn't rain on me.
Cold's a bitch, but
Coldest.
And 2,
That sweatsuit on.
I just couldn't imagine being on Route 3, leaving at the same time as all of these people. So I'm like, yo, dog, if he just would play like that, I could be on my way. And as soon as I said that at around 9:50, white bitches sat down, I stood up.
You got your joint because Euphoria was early. You wanted
Euphoria was early.
Because you was like, I need Euphoria.
Yo, if I wasn't there with these niggas, I really could have left in 20 minutes.
You said, you was like, yo, long as I get Euphoria, I'm like, Joe, that's dumb early.
I could have left in 20 minutes.
Good.
I'm cool. Yo, because what I noticed too, and I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it. Like, they in tour mode now. So I'm looking at Kendrick be in tour mode too. Like, preserve some energy,
for sure.
Just walk a little differently. Like, it wasn't pop out energy. Like,
nah.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So,
and I feel him because just being a spectator, I was exhausted. So I can't imagine being up there.
3 hour
And
show, bro.
and you just did the pop up. I know this tour life.
Not just that, different like the pop-up stage, even though it was a big stage, it ain't have that whole
It was
path.
not.
You walk all the way over there to come out.
I was
to
in both. It was not even close.
Yeah.
That was an arena show. This is a stadium, and it is very fucking different.
That was a big ass stage they were
Very
walking.
different.
Like over to the part where you was at.
Hell yeah.
Them little
That was like a workout.
pathways.
Not just that, yo, you got another show and another show.
And you just did this last night.
Yeah, dog. Like that shit.
You got to save your voice, dog.
got to.
Like, at some point, I wasn't even mad at when SZA wasn't singing and it was the TV track. I'm like, yeah.
She was doing
a
all
singer.
types of shit. I was that again back
She did
to
a
my
lot.
impressiveness with her. Like she was like doing some fucking yoga, kind of stretching out, laying back, and still singing. And then she went out to they had an after party.
But when
sure
like
was.
that,
She did some other.
when like that went off, I think DNA come on. I was like, ooh,
DNA
a
was
treat.
next.
I'm on this track. I'll stay for DNA. It's like an encore for me. And then after DNA, we walked to the fucking back where our little bands, because we had to work a band.
Yeah.
So we walked to the back, but by now the show was in effect, so they acting funny.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't go back this way without an escort. I said, all right, escort us. It's like, no, you need an escort. Listen, we got these bands that say we can go wherever the fuck we want, and I'm famous, and I'm not walking that way. So you either going to escort us, or I don't know, but I'm going that way. It's like, I'll escort you guys.
Like, I know you will.
We got the fuck out of this. So pulled up in a timely fashion. I felt like Ice Cube today was a good day. When
That's how I felt when I
So
left.
pulled up in a timely fashion. We hopped on that 3. It wasn't a car in sight. That was like that Ice Cube triple double. Nigga, I was home in a heartbeat.
I think that everybody must have took the Ubers because I had no problem with traffic.
I did. And I
Everybody
stayed
was in
to
the Uber
the
lot.
end, bro. Like,
Me too.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I
I'm like-
walked out of Gloria.
and I was like, yo, it's no traffic. Bet. Mm-hmm. And we was home.
Also, I mean, I gotta say, during the mustard set, shout out to the white, young male and female TikTokers I saw that was dancing to all the mustard songs and self-editing nigga out of the song. That shit take concentration. It was a few times I would have slipped up. No, that white nigga was doing a dance to my nigga and didn't do nigga. I was like, oh shit, he killing that shit. So shout out to the white TikTokers, self-editing nigga. Y'all was killing that shit. Yeah, and I don't have nothing else to say about the show. I had a great time.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to Kendrick.
Great show.
I'm glad I got to do both the pop-up experience or pop-out experience and the stadium tour
I'm hating.
experience.
Yeah, I'm hating.
Yeah.
I'm hating.
But I've seen that pop-up show so many times.
I watched that
damn
shit
near got that shit
regularly.
memorized.
I got the
It's
file.
one
I
of the
just
better
watch it
shows
every
I've
now and
seen.
then. It is.
It was
that
amazing.
one. That
That's
one in the Paris show.
That shit, yeah, that shit was
The
different.
Paris show that he did for the Mr. Morale.
That shit was crazy.
They were both
that
super
is
fire in different
something
ways.
different.
The SZA thing I loved because my wife is a huge SZA fan. She loves Kendrick too, but like it was a great date show.
Yep.
Yes.
And had it been 10 degrees warmer out, it would have been
perfect.
a greater date
And, see,
show.
and that's why I like them doing the back and forth. Because, like I said, let's say SZA comes out first, does her records. The women that were really just there for her, they bored now.
Right.
So it kept everybody engaged all show. They did like 6-7 joints, then a joint together, and then the other person takes over.
Well, that's the thing too, is I'm a huge SZA fan, but I was thinking during the SZA break, so I'll go to the bathroom, I'll go get a drink, whatever, but don't want to leave the wife here in the crowd all alone, and
You're a better husband than me. I was in that chicken finger line the whole fucking SZA set, man. It was good too. It was hot as, you know what I mean? It's cold. All they do is be hot. Yeah, I'll do better next time. Mel.
Yes.
You didn't make the show.
I didn't. No, I went to go see Othello on Broadway.
I see you got the merch. Is that merch or is that like a gift from the
merch?
From Othello himself.
It's both, actually. It was both. So
Stop playing with her.
Yeah, so Denzel's security got me and my girlfriend into the balcony seats.
Just put them on. Put them on.
Let's go, Mel.
Yeah. So it was a really lovely experience.
Go, champ.
I bet.
Yeah.
So
that was my third time seeing Denzel on Broadway. First time was Julius Caesar. Second was Fences. And then now this.
How did it compare?
How was it?
Well, the thing that I didn't realize, and it's is that
I'm sorry, but I don't mean to step on this, but I just have a question before we get to the review of the performance.
Yeah.
So
careful.
Denzel's security. Start us there. How you got to the theater, how you got the tickets, and how you ended up in the special booth.
Well, I was with my girlfriend Kelly.
We don't give a fuck about.
He asked me for the story.
What the fuck, man?
Shout out Kelly here.
Shout out Kelly. Yeah.
Yes. And you know Kelly.
Big. Oh, then I love Kelly.
Yes,
Like, if I know
exactly.
Kelly,
You know
I'll take it
fucking
back
Kelly.
then.
Exactly. Teyana Kelly.
Kelly.
Exactly.
Oh, y'all was out being
That was the
bad.
funniest.
Motherfucking fast.
You don't know who Kelly is.
Yes.
No, I know who Kelly is.
So Kelly's now at Brooklyn Chop
Brooklyn
House.
Chop House.
Exactly. And so when the play came to Broadway, they had kind of like a night for them. You know, the entire cast and crew, et cetera, at Brooklyn Chop House.
Can I interrupt you really quickly?
Go ahead.
We need to redo the industry list.
Oh yeah.
On air.
We haven't done that in a long time.
We haven't done that in ages, but we should get a clear understanding with this crew.
Mel is number one.
Mel is number one.
For sure.
Joe's number
Right.
two.
What does this
I
this
don't know
mean?
what that is.
The industry list.
It's a throwback. It's an old. Who's the most industry? Industry meaning like mixy amongst people in the entertainment industry.
Me?
Yes. You? And it's not even close.
I'm giving it to Ish.
What?
I'm last.
No, you ain't last.
You're not
but
last, but
Nah, he might be
I'm
last.
last.
You're not last, but you ain't now.
Yeah, you are last. You're right.
I'm last.
I had you second to last, but
How would you be last?
who would be?
I'm talking about now. He is Mr.
I don't wanna focus
Outside
on-
outside.
huh?
No,
On
that's not-
every
no.
podcast.
Industry, though.
Oh, that's not what we're talking about?
industry-
No.
Celebrities, crazy.
So it doesn't matter. So like the slow-mo walk with Simba at
Yeah, that's why he's not last.
That was 2 years
That was
ago.
one thing though.
Yeah, it don't count that hard.
He's seen Simba a few times.
We may have to return to
That
that
was
for the
2
Patreon or
years ago.
something.
But anyway,
Okay.
I just wanted to
Mel is
pause to
absolutely
say that
number
Mel
one.
is absolutely number one on
Yes.
this list.
Okay. All right. Well,
Joe
what,
2, Flip 3,
Ice is 3.
Ice 4,
Ice is 3.
Mark 5. Me and Ish tied for last.
I had him.
I had Mark higher
that's
than
why I
me.
had you second to last than him. But
We'll get to it.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll get
Oh
to
yeah,
it.
we got to get to that because
we'll figure
I
it
want to hear your. I ain't
Yeah.
3.
Anyway, back to number one on the
okay.
list.
So, anyways, they hosted the cast and crew
Brooklyn Chop.
when the play. Yeah, Brooklyn Chop is when it first happened. So Kelly meets Sal, coolest dude on the planet, and basically that was how we got into the balcony seats. He just reserved them for us. It was lovely. It was great. It was fan-fucking-tastic.
Wonderful show.
Full house. Like, I guess the play started in February, maybe March, and it has been like
At the end of February, I think.
yeah, end of February, and it's going till like June 8th or something like that. Full house every single night, every single performance. I was just pocket watching, trying to figure out how much did Denzel make off of this. Like I'm thinking his maybe like 20 mil was his price tag. I'm thinking.
I have no idea.
I'm thinking that
We don't know. We don't know how much he made, but
I was trying to like
I'm sure he got some back end money.
yeah, we sure.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely got.
You
back
trying to
in money.
divert us? No, fuck all that.
Okay,
Fuck what he
anyways,
made. Yeah.
So the play was really great. What I didn't know is that they were going to set it in modern times. So I thought that they were going to come out with like the robes.
word?
Yeah. So not only is it set in modern times,
That's fire.
but it's Shakespearean language, and it's also like the modern kind of gesticulation, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It's like Romeo and Juliet the movie, sort of, but
kind of, sort of, yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah, and then they make some alterations as well towards the end when all the
shit
catastrophic shit happens. But Jake Gyllenhaal was fucking incredible. Denzel was, I mean, he's Denzel.
Did you get to see him or talk to him after?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not.
I would like to go see Othello.
I'm gonna try and see it before.
Did you try to?
I'm gonna get it.
No, I did not try to. I did not. I didn't want to.
Why you laughing?
This is the last time.
There's something to that, right?
This is the last time y'all saw each other at the
spot.
At the spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that was cool.
Yeah. Got it.
Just don't.
Yeah, she
push
got
it.
the hookup. Let me know.
I'm not. But you still got it, nigga. The security guard remember you.
Yeah, it was fun. And
Oh, look how you glowed up.
then we went back over to Brooklyn Chop House. Shout out to Don Pooh, and saw Jason Tatum in there.
Okay. Say.
Yeah, he was in the back. I was like, don't you have a game tomorrow? But, oh, okay. I don't know. Let me mind my business.
Did you talk to him at all?
Yeah.
So
you don't give a fuck, right? You don't.
What?
You don't even care no more.
What you guys
What
talk
do you
about?
mean?
So how before you started talking, did you come to him or he come to you?
I was brought over to his table.
So you went up to him. Okay.
I was brought over to his table.
Watch your mouth, Mark. Watch your fucking mouth.
By
Mark.
force? What do you mean? You walked over?
Stop. Please.
She was brought to his table. They do that in there. They do that. They tell you who's there and they bring you to the table. They do that a lot of times with me. She's not wrong. Yo, this person's over there. I'm gonna bring you over there.
As a matter of fact, I did not want to go over because I was like, I do not want to interrupt this man in his meal. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
It's something that they do. It's something that they do there.
But how did they convince you?
It was Don told, come, Melyssa, and I was like, all right. You're hilarious.
Did you sit at the table with
You're
her?
hilarious. No, I did not. What?
You sat at the table?
I did not sit at the fucking table.
That's the chicken fried rice.
Yeah, she started buttering bread and shit.
No, come on.
That looks good.
That's a little far, man.
Well, it's funny you mention it because I was going to bring up the
text
that you put
Yes, she did.
in our podcast group chat.
Don't you dare. All you got to do is show up to a game and they'll win. Isn't that the track record? Every time he shows up to a
Don't
game,
try
the
to
Knicks
reverse
lose?
it. Yes. Read what she wrote. Read what she wrote.
Don't fucking
You was talking
read.
crazy.
Don't fucking read.
So you wrote
that
this in the
text.
group chat and then somehow ended up at his table.
She probably wrote that from his table.
Yeah, she did.
Oh yeah.
Look at the time. Check the time. That's what happened, isn't it? Look, see.
She said. Yeah, Joe.
Number one. That's number one on the list right there.
Right.
No.
You can't even.
I read maybe a little afterwards.
But that was 11:10 when she texted us.
Hold on.
Yeah, that was 11:10 p.m.
I gotta do the science.
Yeah, I guarantee you that shit was written.
No. The first one was 11 o'clock p.m.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The theater,
Oh yeah, you're right.
So the theater's right next to Brooklyn Chop House, so I didn't have to walk far.
No,
So
you're
as soon as
the theater.
as soon as the performance
You're
was
the,
over,
no, you're the theater.
yeah.
That's what we've been saying.
Listen, I was just trying
Girl,
to
you cannot. One Patreon.
take one for the
One
team.
Patreon.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways,
Take one for the team. The fucking Celtics won, and then he came back and had 40 before the fucking tragic injury.
well, I don't know, delayed reaction
Yep.
to the.
Patreon for sure.
Okay,
Salute.
yeah.
Salute.
Thank you. I mean, I did my best.
You'll lead us.
There we go.
I did my best.
You will fucking lead us.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for my favorite part of the show, Prize Picks. All right, Prize Picks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into real cash money. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Very easy and simple to play. All you must do is pick more or less on at least two players for a shot to win now up to 2,000 times your cash. So run your game all season long with Prize Picks. And this week we are going with Give us OG and a newbie for more than 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Sure.
Give us Jayden McDaniels for more than 12.5 points. Give us Karl Anthony Towns for more than 19 points. And give us Podziemski, I hope I'm saying his name right, from the Warriors, little white boy, for more than 11.5 points. I feel good about that. If you download the app right this very second and use promo code JBP, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. I repeat for the people in the back, if you download Prize Picks immediately, right this second, and use promo code JBP, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. So good luck to all participants out there, and run your game. And now we are back. The Puff trial started the other day. It's going to be quite a spring summer.
Yeah.
Day one didn't go well for Puff, from what the legal experts are saying. Prosecution laid out an argument. I don't know if it's going to work or not.
Well, the legal non-experts are saying he had a great first day.
Yeah.
The legal non-experts are saying that he absolutely smoked it, and his team of attorneys put on a masterclass.
Yeah, that's the sentiment I got.
Yeah. That's what I've been hearing from a lot of the cultural critics, a lot of the observers, and then a lot of legal experts are saying that they're setting the trap for his team.
Okay.
Again, it'll be interesting to see which direction it goes in. But to me, Puff has he has an argument that will be legible to a juror, which is, I'm a wild dude. I like freaky shit. People willingly did the freaky shit. I do fucked up things, but I never did the things they charged me with. To me, that's a winnable case. But the legal experts are saying the prosecution has a few things in the tuck, particularly the male escort who testified. That is going to be a harder thing to defeat. And then the other thing is with Cassie's testimony, even though Cassie is saying she willfully did some of these things, she's also saying she felt scared that she couldn't. And so the domestic violence angle is going to be a thing that may stay in the juror's head, even if it doesn't make legal sense to some people. Jurors aren't always persuaded by the law, by the facts of the case. Sometimes they're persuaded by this monster. If you believe Puff is a monster, then you may believe other things. And unfortunately, sometimes juries convict you on the kind of person you are, not on the actual chart. The letter of the law.
Absolutely.
I'm totally with that if you present anything having to do with the actual charges. And I just didn't hear that in day one. Not saying they don't have it in the talk, but I didn't see or read anything directly related to sex trafficking.
They did like a summarization as to the key takeaways of day one. So I'll just read the headlines. Please. Okay. So the prosecution highlights the two main accusers, which was Cassie. Also, a woman identified as Jane, according to the assistant U.S. attorney. And basically, it's just talking about the coercion of the freak-offs and that sort of thing. The defense questions the accuser's motives, which is another key takeaway, which is a typical thing that they would do. In addition to that, both sides agree that Combs committed domestic violence. There's no way that they could get away with, acting like it didn't happen. The video in question is also admissible as a piece of evidence, as are the freak-off videos. I think that there's some editing that's happening with them, so it's not the entire duration. And the jurors have been instructed to wear headphones when they're watching and listening to it, because it's apparently extraordinarily graphic, both visually and audibly. Like I said, the jury will see video of the freak-offs. That was established as well. And like I said, the video of the hotel attack is central to the prosecution's case because, like Joe was saying, his character is on trial right now. That's just the bottom line. His character is on trial, and everything that they have heard about this man prior to and during this whole thing might actually be what persuades some of the jurors to make their decision. There was the male escort who testified. He said he was paid for sex. He testified that Combs assaulted Ventura twice by way of his witness. And again, testimony about explicit and graphic descriptions, and also Puffy's whole family was there to show support,
which was super interesting. That I'm going back to the male escort. right? He says he was paid to have sex.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
If you're a juror, you may say, all right, well, I was paid to have sex. He was paid to have sex. That's fine. Right?
Right.
Whether I like it, agree with it or not, that's not illegal. The problem is,
Well, I think it is illegal.
I'm sorry. It doesn't make the other. It doesn't prove that he broke the other laws. Right. Absolutely. The sex stuff is illegal, but doesn't mean that it was force, coercion,
Right.
sexual.
Coercion,
and honestly, if the worst thing Diddy caught was a prostitution charge, he'd probably be very happy with that.
I'm sure.
With that outcome. The problem is. One of the things that the escort is testifying to and already testified to was that he witnessed a lot of abuse with Cassie. Mm-hmm. So if Cassie's saying I was scared not to do this, I was forced into this, and you have a male escort saying, yeah, I watched her be forced into some of the stuff that we did. That's where the jury is going to have that's where the jury is going to have to make some decisions about whether they trust Puffy's account or whether they trust Cassie's account, etc.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to get murky for him.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they're talking, the overarching theme here is coercion and consent. And so with the male escort saying that she paid for everything, whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean that she wasn't coerced. That doesn't necessarily mean that his reach is not that far. The perception of his reach is not that far. You know what I mean? That she wouldn't do his bidding for him out of fear.
But it also doesn't prove that she wasn't doing that on her own. Mm-hmm. Like they have to, if you, like you said, coercion is basically what's trying to be proven here. That's not proving it. He's saying she paid for it, and they're just trying to allude to the fact that Puff did whatever. This from what I read day one, I don't see it yet.
Well, again, remember what the charges are, right? There's 5 criminal counts: racketeering, sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. It sounds like, just by observation, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution seems like that's not going to be that hard to prove. Right. 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, that's a little bit tougher. The RICO one is probably going to be the hardest one to prove, right? But sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion it comes down to whether you believe Cassie. Cassie's, if you have an eyewitness saying this was done to me, right? You also have evidence that she was abused. Again, a person could read this and say, hey, maybe this is a revenge prosecution. Someone could hear this and say, why should we not believe Cassie? Right. She settled.
That's what the video kind of.
That's what I'm saying. So all the video evidence, all that stuff could make someone have strong feelings, as people do, about Puff, whether or not you agree with the charges or not. And so to me, a lot of it's going to come down to who you believe, Cassie or Diddy.
Well, Puff's defense opened with there's 50 million reasons not to believe Cassie.
But this is the part that I'm confused about. She signed they reached a civil settlement already.
Or whatever that number was.
Whatever the number is, right? I'm just saying, like, they signed, she got paid. If the idea is this is a cash grab, she already got paid before the feds intervened. So if this was a cash grab, she didn't need this case to get cash.
Who said it was a cash grab?
That's
an insinuation.
That's what he just said. She had 50 million reasons, like saying that this is.
The 50 million reasons don't have to be cash related.
I mean, that's usually an expression referring to somebody getting.
It could be vengeful. It could be revenge. It could be a bunch of other reasons or incentives for her to, yo, nigga, you ruined my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you ruined my life. So I could be vengeful. I could be trying to pay you back.
Which again goes back to the who do you believe, right?
So
I think her already having a civil settlement makes her more believable, not less to people. Because usually the argument is they're doing this to set up for the civil suit. They're doing this to get paid.
Listen, I don't have a horse in this race. Lord knows I've covered this longer than I would like to. But even with the civil settlement, Mark, there were a lot of people on the flip side of that. There were a lot of people on the side of, I'm not going to say it.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not going to say it.
I totally get your point, though, right? I'm not even making a case about who's right or wrong right now. I'm just making odds about how the jury's going to read this. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just saying, typically, jurors are skeptical of people when they think they're doing a criminal case to set up to get paid later. And I'm saying, since she's already
took that part out already.
And all I'm saying is, since she's been paid, I think that works in the prosecution's favor. But if you are a person that believes, look, Cassie was along for the ride the whole time. She made these choices herself from day one, which some people, observers, do believe. If you're one of those people in the jury, then none of this is going to be persuasive to you. So it's going to come down to just whose credibility you believe ultimately. But I do think if you keep showing orgies and sex tapes and male escorts and abuse videos, that's going to do something to the jury. It's going to inspire strong feelings one way or the other.
She's testifying kind of as we're recording this, and she's already let them know, like, he moved me closer to him.
Yep.
He would send security and assistance if he can't find me. So the stage is being set to, I'm under his control.
Yeah. Right. That he wasn't necessarily, he wasn't just enabling, he was enforcing.
Yeah.
So then what if they pose the question that how was she able to find, if he was so controlling, how was she able to get with her current husband?
I mean, people eventually do leave, not all the time, but people often do eventually leave, whether it's a...
I'm saying they pose that question.
I think that's because I found the strength to leave.
Yeah.
It's tough because there's no way to represent the opposite side of what Mark and Mel are saying without sounding away.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to do.
So
there's no way to do it, but it's just about, like you said.
It's a defense. I think it's going to come and boil down to whoever they pick for the jury is going to be really pivotal. Like, if you pick some people that are somewhat cynical,
yep,
that shit gonna fly. I heard they have a bunch of videos. I heard some of those videos are very telling. I even heard there are videos where Puff is not there and is not present. So if that's the case, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be some shit.
But she can also say that he was watching the cameras the entire time, and it was an instruction for her to follow.
And then he got off on watching the footage later.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of arguments both ways.
Yeah.
And finally, I think some of it's just a philosophical question about how you see control.
Yeah.
Right. Because at some level, you could call anything control.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Then his sheer celebrity would be control.
Yeah.
And this is why I think Diddy's defense has more ground than people may have thought 6 months ago or a year ago, because I think people thought that the videos would be more smoking gun. The videos are smoking gun about sex happening. The videos are smoking gun about prostitution and escorts
and
happening.
the videos are smoking gun about physical abuse.
Yes.
When you start talking about physical abuse versus, I'm flying people in to conduct sexual acts, I'm sex, quote unquote, trafficking, and all of that other stuff. I think those things become harder to prove. I think, we know he was whipping her ass. Like, before the tape. In all honesty, people know that Puff was beating this girl's ass before the tape even surfaced. But again, when you start accusing somebody of running a criminal organization and enterprise, that's going to be something that's harder to prove than me beating your ass.
And again, that's where it's going to get met. It's really going to come down to me to what the jury, like you said, the jury's disposition toward these people, how they see celebrity, how they see force, how they see relationships. This is going to, I think by the end of this trial, there's going to be a lot of people mad at each other and fighting with each other. It's not like OJ, was he really in the woods? It's going to be like, can a person be in
morality and integrity going to be on trial?
All of it is,
That's
right?
True.
I mean, if you're in a relationship with a celebrity and you say, well, I did these things because I felt forced to, I felt coerced to. The physical abuse is one kind of coercion, but financial coercion and then fraud, all these things are things that are a lot more subjective and debatable to a lot of people.
We laugh and joke up here all the time about what y'all be saying?
The financial abuse.
Bruh, if that's the case, it creates a really gray area for, this house mom sits at home.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This man makes all the money. So on the days that he might want to come home and get some coochie and she ain't really up for it, like I'm oversimplifying it. Of course, I'm not saying that they're parallels, but I'm just saying
that's actually a good example.
That opens the door to that.
And that's why the prosecution is going to focus on the violence. They're going to make it seem like it wasn't just this abstract thing. It was a lot of, she was literally scared for her life. And I'm not saying she wasn't. I personally happen to believe Cassie. But I understand that this is not an open and shut case by any stretch. And if you'd asked me a year ago, I would have said, they got him. But when I look at the actual charges and what the actual evidence is, this is a lot messier. Anyway.
Well, she's on the stand right now talking about the abuse that she suffered, and that is the focus of her testimony right now.
Right. We'll see
according
that leads me to believe that they don't have the strongest sex trafficking case.
I mean,
they're promising to have more. That's what I'm saying. In their opening argument, they suggested that they have some footage that is more smoking gun and a witness that
don't work on me.
But no,
hold up for a second. That don't work on me because I've heard that for months I've heard that for months and months and months, and I've seen nothing be brought to the table besides things that were immaterial. Like, you telling me about the baby oil. Like, you telling me about all of this shit that just don't really matter, one. And two, even with the Thug case where the public, court of public opinion maybe thought that he was out of here. But once we get into how these celebrities are being handled, how the evidence is being handled, how there seems to be a rush to judgment.
Prosecute.
A rush to prosecute. It just seemed like there's some other celebrity shit that goes on that helps prosecutors drop the ball in terms of how evidence is presented. So, I mean, this has been too many months for me with this Puff shit to not hear more than the horrible shit that we know, which is he's an abuser. Everything that his lawyer is saying, hey, he's a piece of shit, he's horrible.
Cool.
However,
He didn't do this.
he didn't do this.
Right. Which is the defense's argument. But moving on from Puff for a second, you said something that I think is really interesting about the Thug case, because there's a parallel there around the RICO. The RICO is used way too often these days.
Sounds like it.
like that shit don't.
And
when you ever seen a one-person RICO?
Right.
And in argument, it wouldn't be. The argument is that he's using the label,
The business.
and all of the things to do this stuff.
Yeah.
I've never seen a RICO with no co-defendants.
Oh, I see.
That was the point of the RICO.
That's a RICO. You running the criminal
So now
enterprise.
you're gonna
So
start
he
talking
running it by himself? He don't have no
but
code
he's saying with his business, he's utilizing his business and the people that work for him to
They
perform
can
the
charge.
acts.
They can get charged.
You
got it.
You can, right? But obviously, he was the only person they wanted to get.
Yeah.
But the RICO is being used now. Like, for example, in the Atlanta teacher scandal, when the teachers were allegedly cheating on standardized tests in Atlanta, there were 14 or 16 of them. They didn't just arrest the teachers for corruption or criminal theft. They charged them with the RICO. Middle school teachers and high school teachers for allegedly cheating, erasing student answers on a standardized test. It was intended for the crime families. It was intended to stop low-level people from taking the hit for the bosses. And now they're using it against anybody who owns a business, anybody who's part of an organization. And again, let's assume Diddy is 100% guilty. I'm not convinced RICO is the right charge. Let's assume Thug had been. I still don't think in any of these cases the RICO can't be used like this because it's often overused against people who can't defend themselves.
In
Well,
the
with the Thug
case,
case, the RICO kind of made sense
makes
because
sense.
again, we rounded up everybody because now
And that was
with a
state,
RICO,
right?
that was state.
State
That was
versus
state.
federal.
And Georgia
Whatever
but Georgia is the state that uses the RICO. Georgia also used it against the teachers. It used to be a federal thing. Now Georgia, in I think 78 or 79, started using the RICO statewide for everybody. I can see the point. I see what you're saying about
because in the
Thug.
Thug case, it was applicable. That's why they kept trying to tie him to the Bloods.
That makes sense. To
You
me.
get what I'm saying?
Okay, that makes sense then. I'm wrong. So it seems like that's a good example of it.
Yeah.
Teachers are a bad example of it. Sounds like Puff isn't a good example of it. Again, even if he did everything.
Even, not for nothing, even with the teacher thing, I get it, they're not a gang. But if I'm trying to...
It's a group of them.
It's a group.
running
And
a
I'm trying to
criminal
get whoever
enterprise.
is at the top. I can charge the RICO here because now I can convict all of y'all of
I'ma
the same
squeeze
charge.
all of y'all to
so
give me
somebody's
100
going to
grand.
talk and roll on the other person. And we roll uphill.
And that's my issue with it. It's not that I don't think it technically meets the standard, but it's being overused beyond its original intent.
Got it.
Because now you're giving people who should be getting 5 years, 30 years under RICO statutes for something that is relatively small.
I think that's why they use it. They use it to intimidate the co-defendants to flip on the person that's higher.
Absolutely.
So they offer you this massive time, 30 years, and then you end up working out a deal to get lesser time to,
For sure.
some
And
of the person.
in the Georgia teacher cases, they got to
I was
try to get
getting
teachers to roll up on the principal. I mean, it wasn't John Gotti. They got Miss Edna. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's fast for Cassie to hit the stand.
Yeah, I think they.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that a sign of a weak
I
case?
think
This
you're
whole
playing your
trial is
big
more
joker.
to me, it is.
I think you're playing your big joker early.
Unless
Like,
that's
if I
not the
had a
big
good
joker.
one-
He doesn't get that
That's
reference, but yeah.
Unless that's not the big joker.
You heard your man.
No.
You still ain't gonna play though.
No, I think they shooting.
Let's see. I don't think Cassie's the big joker at all.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I think they got something.
I think they got something in the tuck that nobody knows about.
That's possible.
You think they got like a Mark Furman?
I think they
Like that type of big?
Yeah.
But aren't they supposed to let his?
Yeah, I don't think it's an actual
His lawyers
secret.
know?
Yeah, they're not going to like pop up like on TV.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I get what you're saying, but I think they are going to have. I think the testimony is going to be more damning then people
So
will
both
expect.
parties do know who they have.
Absolutely.
Got it.
They have a witness list.
Yeah,
They'll
you
know.
got it.
The faster this trial goes, the better for Puff. Yes.
Yes. I think if the defense calls all their witnesses by 2-3 days, I think Puff comes home.
This is a 2-month trial, though. It's going to be a 2-month trial.
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, it's definitely going to at least be a month, but
Because I think they're trying to convict him in the court of public opinion.
Agreed.
That's what I
Clearly,
see.
I think he could present the best case in the world. He getting hit with something just because we want you.
True.
We want
No, that's
clearly,
true. That's
the
true.
what was it? Transportation,
the
for
prostitution. Yeah,
that
that's
seems
a tough
like
one to beat.
We getting you with somebody.
Yeah.
Now, it may not be
I believe that.
the 10 years worth.
Yeah,
but
I believe that. I believe that.
yeah, no, you got to offer the shine shit. No,
We owe you one.
no sir, no sir. I believe that. I believe that when you get in front of the people and you get away, if they want you, they will.
Yeah.
Especially the feds.
You'll be back.
feds? And
feds
they
don't
be on
miss
that
that
shit
much.
like, yo, if I see you again, you got me. But
That's
Come
why.
here
That's
again.
how I broke my foot at Starless. The judge said, "Boy, if I see you anytime soon,
that sure
you
is.
are over."
I thought that was lack of childhood.
Oh shit!
It's all right. That's how I broke my foot.
No, I didn't. No,
They're
I
gonna
didn't.
blame the judge for not being able to hop the gate.
Well, no, I didn't spend my childhood running from the police. No, just a stereotype.
Just being a boy.
That's just a black
Jumping
stereotype.
gates.
Yeah,
Being a boy. It's all right.
I used to be that nigga jumping gates. I'm not talking about that Starless gate with you no more.
How are y'all feeling about this Tory Lanez thing? This thing hit the news yesterday, and people have been all online talking about it. Not just the facts of the case, but also the why and how to feel about it.
Don't feel good about it.
What's the why?
In terms of why he was stabbed. So
Yeah, what is
let
the
me
why?
say first, Tory Lanez was stabbed
14 times.
14 times according to his
Instagram.
His Instagram. I want to make that clear.
Yeah.
The hospital hasn't confirmed that, and neither has the prison. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm inclined to believe him, but I just want to be clear that I'm going to read exactly what Tory Lanez said from his it was his Instagram account.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, I love 2025. We don't know if that was Tory Lanez, Story Lanes,
Tory spelling.
We don't know. And listen to us. Yeah, let me read you what Tory said straight from his Instagram right after the incident occurred.
It said Tory was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both of his lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own. Despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. He also wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers and support. What we know is the fact is he was stabbed, and he was taken to an outside hospital.
Right.
And that's what we know for sure.
And originally, when the report came out, they said it was non-life-threatening injuries. That sounds
2
different.
collapsed lungs does not sound like it's just a walk in the park. It sounds pretty life.
The reason why they're saying that is like just allegedly a Mexican gang in there. It was like a hit. They stabbed them up. The rumors in the street are saying that because while Tory is in there, the black people around him, he's making sure that they eat. He's making sure that they're good. If you look at Tory wrong and all that, he's filling up everybody's. He's
Taking care of
niggas inside the jail. And sometimes one crew has the upper hand of the other. So that's the rumors behind the scenes.
Okay. Y'all clearly are willing to take this further than my journalistic integrity.
No, but for real, it's not funny.
So, of course, there's nothing funny about this. I absolutely love Tory Lanez, but as far as all of these facts that we have,
cite your sources.
no, I'm letting it go. He was feeding the jail.
What the fuck, yo?
The Mexicans
They
didn't
didn't
like
like that
it.
shit.
They didn't like. It's
gonna
make sure
cause-
everybody ate.
It's gonna cause.
So then,
it's gonna cause a race war in there. That's what they're saying, man. Like there's a lot of news coming out.
but
pretending-
who said that outside of Whack
niggas
100?
from the prison.
I saw Whack 100 and I seen it, but that's enough to
Sources.
Yo, it's mad people listening to this.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying.
Hello, niggas calling in from the jail. They interviewing niggas that was there. That's it.
You need more people.
What's up?
Yo, he ducked right.
I was right there.
Are you acting like niggas from jail don't get the news first before us?
Holy
Come on, so
shit.
get the fuck out of here. Niggas from jail, there's a lot of shit that happens.
Okay.
You know that. You know better than that. So why would they stab Tory? I'm not gonna think it's conspiracy shit. What they saying? Conspiracy.
I'm from the school of I don't know.
Right.
It's all alleged.
Man, nigga
I
got
have
scabbed
no
over a
idea
card
why
game, bro.
none of this happened.
Right.
I don't know who did it.
Jail different.
I don't know how many times. I know when somebody get hurt bad enough and blood is coming out that it becomes a matter of liability. I know we start talking about who's responsible, who got what insurance, whose family knows what, how important it is. There's too many factors in play for me to feel comfortable saying, all right, I just spoke to Hombre. Hombre just called. He said, and
look at that nigga.
Also,
good.
I've been stabbed before. As
Me
far
too.
as having two collapsed lungs, and then speaking an hour later.
Yeah, it's different.
That sounds
That's
difficult
tough.
to do.
Now listen, Tory did make fucking what's my song you made? I get the fucking song confused with the Drake song. Not One Dance. What's the fucking
Controller.
Tory song? What's the fast dancing Tory song?
The one he did off the Drake flip? Controller.
No, he got his own. Damn, that's gonna bother me. But anyway, listen, Tory made Playboy, but no. That's a tall task. That's a tall task.
It's medical professionals that like.
Our question.
No, they're not questioning it.
They say it's bullshit.
They said bullshit.
That can't happen.
They have no question.
Like you're not getting on a breathing apparatus and then being taken off.
But that's publicist. It could be publicist.
Yeah, they could
It
have
also
added.
could be, how do I say this? There might be an opportunity there to have some good things happen for you if it sounds more dramatic than it was.
Yeah, exactly. Better facility, maybe cut some time. All the things you might be thinking. That's why I just want to say, we know he was stabbed. They say he got stabbed 14 times. I have no idea how many times he was stabbed. For me, it's been about the conversation people are having about it.
It's disgusting.
I kind of don't like, and let me be clear, I'm not a Tory Lanez fan. And I've obviously been very supportive of Meg and the whole situation. But what I find frustrating is the same
Are
people.
you a Meg music fan?
No. He's a Meg fan
I'm
because she's a woman.
I'm a Meg person.
I'm a Meg person fan.
I know her as I know her. So I'm saying I like her
personally.
I like her as a person. One and two.
Oh please! You said you knew Charlamagne. They've been shooting at you all weekend. Shut up.
Everybody keeps saying he's shooting. I don't think he's shooting at me.
Hey, you told me he was good friends with him. You've been getting shot at for 4 days now.
Yeah, he's shooting at
I
me.
can't listen to y'all with this. I'm
Whatever.
good friends with.
But my point is, for me,
Charlamagne cleaned him up.
he really
Charlamagne cleaned him up.
He ain't clean him up.
Yeah.
About what?
Charlamagne got them together.
I missed it.
because it did happen. Because it did happen. Because it did happen.
He was talking about he don't like when a person sit.
No, I'm gonna be messy. I'm gonna play it.
Put a pin in
play
it. Let's play it right after we finish talking about Meg.
Please.
We can have.
You
that
know
conversation.
Meg personally.
Yeah, not like we're not homies, but like I know well enough to, and I supported her during the situation. And what I say is,
You DM'd her.
no, I had conversation.
Anything you need.
Nah.
Your bag is different, OG.
No.
Wait, look at Freeze. Yo, anything you need while you're going through a hard time. Yo.
I'm here for you.
You want some eggs, youngster?
Nah, get Mark. Yeah.
No, dude. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But my point is, I supported Meg's position. I thought it was important to defend her given what happened.
Okay.
And I thought that accountability for Tory was important. Where I take issue is if you're asking for Tory to be held accountable, and for those people that meant prison, you can't then be cheering that he gets stabbed in prison.
Cheering for someone getting potentially almost murdered is not dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's fucked up. But if you
Y'all
don't,
act like y'all do it to the internet or something.
I guess what I'm saying is, if he didn't go to prison, you feel like he got off scot-free and then somebody stabbed him up. I can see you feeling like, all right, he got what he did. But I'm saying he went to prison. What else do you want him to, like, he got 10 years. That should be the end of it. So we shouldn't be out there especially celebrating. I don't celebrate anybody getting stabbed in prison, but especially in this case. And it's the same people that are calling for justice that are also celebrating him getting stabbed. I don't think that's okay. That's all I'm saying. So whether you like Tory personally or not, whether you agree with the case or not, however you feel about what happened with him and Meg, regardless of that, you still shouldn't be out here celebrating somebody getting stabbed in a prison yard. That's all I'm saying.
Agreed.
And I hated that conversation that was happening on the internet.
What? Cuz We always talk about it and leave her out. That's an important part. Yeah. The Meg and Tory.
Sure.
All right, forget it.
Sure, but nobody was saying that online. Everybody was talking. People were even saying, "Oh, this is Meg's fault. She did this to him, and now he's getting stabbed up." I mean, all that conversation is so stupid. It's all stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't.
I hated it.
That's not my ministry.
Completely checked out of that.
Yeah.
I would like for Tory to be okay the same way.
Shout out to him,
I
man.
hope that Meg was okay. I would like them both to just be okay. And that's my position on that.
Same.
14 times is a lot of times to be stabbed.
Yeah.
Or cut or
Anything. Any interaction with a knife.
Word.
And the nigga stabbing him must have held the Guinness Book of World Records for being able to stab that many
Might
times.
have got stabbed by multiple niggas, and nigga, you fighting. That's 3. Take much.
Yeah, it's true.
Listen, buddy. That's why
I obey the law.
everything you say, I believe you, brother. That's just all the more reason why I try my best
To stay out.
It's unfortunate.
It's super.
Oh,
Yes,
you
it
fucking crazy, nigga.
No,
Back when I thought I was tough running around, Jersey niggas was like, yo, in Hudson County, they pricking niggas with HIV needles if you're not down with gang. I said, wait, they're doing what? Oh, obeying the law.
It's very easy.
It's the easiest thing in the world. Don't jaywalk.
Just give me 10 minutes.
Yeah, nah, I mean, just
Whoa.
do what everybody say. Oh, my
I'm
Lord.
going to the studio. I ain't gotta see you niggas. Fuck that.
That first breakfast plate you get at 6 in the morning will let you know. If you like food, stay out there, man. Stay out there.
I'm cool.
Anyway.
Rubbery egg.
Prayers for Tory, man. Tory, we love you.
Prayers, yeah.
We love you. We hope you are well. It's just an unfortunate story.
Indeed.
Yeah.
A lot of
It is.
unfortunate stories.
One more unfortunate story, real quick. I just want to say a rest in peace to LGP Quad.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
brother
From
from
Philly.
Philly. Yeah, man. Young cat, man. Real dope rapper. Real positive energy. I don't want to call him a kid, but real cool young brother. He was murdered on Sunday, on Mother's Day.
That's awful.
Terrible.
He was setting up right, actually about a block and a half from where I grew up. They was outside and he had his chain on. So guys came out, ski mask, tried to rob him of his chain. You know, what I'm hearing is that it's always a struggle over those kinds of things, and they shot him in the chest, and he died at the hospital. And he just had so much promise. You know what I mean? He was so, you know what I mean?
He's super talented.
I had just talked to him a couple weeks earlier. That was a DM. And I had said to him, like, because we DM back and forth, and I was like, yo, let me know how I can support you. He's like, I got a new album coming out. I'm excited about it. Can you just repost, spread the word? And when something drop, maybe put on the pod, that kind of thing. And he was just so excited about what was up next for him. And he had no idea that 2-3 weeks later he would be gone over this foolishness, man. I'm at a point, maybe it's just getting older, but I'm just tired of hearing the same story. Not just about young rappers, but just young black men everywhere. We're just dying over nothing, man.
Over a physical item.
Right. And I don't want to blame him or anybody, because I've seen the same thing happen with P&B Rock.
P&B Rock.
Where people try to rob you, and there's a you have a right to keep your shit, but I also want brothers to understand that their shit is not worth as much as their lives, and all of us got to do better. All of us got to do better. All of us got to do something to stop all this. That's it. So rest in peace to the brother.
Rest in peace, man.
again.
Super
Rest in
duper
peace.
talented, man. I'm sad to see.
Yeah, that one was sad.
I was watching Get Up, the sports show on ESPN last week, and I think Jay Will or somebody started talking about how Stephen A. did Law and Order, and I know Stephen A. is trying to get his acting chops off,
Right.
and I know he's trying to run for president.
That's a lot. That's two
lot of
big
stuff.
things to try to get done.
He got his $100 million,
That's
and we
big.
still don't know where Max Kellerman is. So, as somebody that is a supporter of Stephen A., the other day I was like, man, I ain't doing shit in the crib. Let me go ahead and fucking turn on Law and Order so I can see them murder fucking Stephen A. Smith, because he's a sports agent. Like in the show, he's a sports agent of a star athlete who's caught up in the grips with his friends. So it's very similar to things that you've heard him say in real life on the show.
Did he body it?
Man, sure enough, I cut on the Law and Order. He's the first scene that comes on, where he's telling the sports star that you ain't LeBron, you ain't KD, you're a grinder, you can't afford to have 11 people on your staff, you're fucking this up, fire everybody or I'm out of here. Opens up like that hard. It's like, oh shit, they wilding right now. So I walked to go get my Uber Eats that came because I had ordered a little meal. I go get my Uber Eats and I come back, as God would have it, Stephen A is dead on the ground. Hey, they killed Stephen A in 3.3 minutes at the front of this show. He laid in Central Park. Oh, man.
You talking like they're going to fire me, nigga? I'm going to fire you.
Oh, my God. They ended the shit out of Stephen A. Shout out to Stephen A. But black people, we just die so fast in these shows.
Would you do that? Would you do like a walk-on, like on a drama?
Yeah, 100%.
What would you
Especially if I'm a fan of the drama.
Okay.
Like Law and Order. Damn, what's the other one that starts with a fucking Criminal Minds?
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
What else? I watch all these shit, so yeah.
Mel, can you pull him into one?
I'm still trying to get myself into this shit.
But I'm saying, I mean, you're a star at a Lifetime joint.
Still trying to get on NBC,
It's been a struggle.
ABC. You know,
CBS.
I mean, I got priorities. You know,
CW.
CW.
I don't even think that exists anymore.
Yeah, but
CW. Stop, yo.
Right.
She'll do the remake of Homeboys in Outer Space.
they came from outer space. Yo, CW. What is wrong with y'all, man?
Is that Channel 11?
Yes.
Yeah. They still got UPN 9 or something.
What was the first? First was WB, right?
No, first was Channel 9.
First was WPIX.
After Arsenio.
That's what it was just picks.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's hilarious, yo.
Man, you got this, man. Trust me. Don't let
Thank
the
you.
niggas discourage you.
I'm not.
I believe in Mel's talent.
You're gonna be
I appreciate
on Dancing with the
Fried green tomatoes part 2.
Dancing with the Peoples or some shit like that. Some bullshit spin over Lifetime gonna do. Dancing with them. Dancing with friends. Yeah, Melyssa Ford.
Dancing with them.
Yo.
She got it. But she do good in the movies that she's in.
I think so.
She did.
Thank you.
I didn't see the last joint that you saw. I'm about to buy it today.
Yeah, it was solid. It was solid.
I
It was good.
appreciate that, you guys. Thanks for the support.
You get PC off of that if we buy it?
What's that?
You get any money off that? if we buy it?
No.
Yo,
Or you get the one-time fee.
Every other week I get a Mel is so white segment as I watch back the pod. Like, you just don't put us in the greatest position to win. Let me
Shut up.
like
It's called. It said
Streets, right, Mel?
take them off the streets.
and fuck
Clean
the
up
electric
the
slide.
I will learn it, okay? I will
You been
learn
at
it.
home practicing?
No.
Listen to Mel.
No, I'm trying to get that fan dance down.
I'm sorry?
Like that I couldn't remember what it was
Don't
called.
say nothing. Don't say a fucking.
It's that new country dance that everybody's doing with the fans and shit.
How we go? They talking to you about black shit.
It is. It is.
Oh, this some Shibuzi shit?
She was a fairy. That.
Huh? Shut up.
That's a song.
This was Mel's
that what the
description
song is?
of
No.
the boots on the ground craze.
With
that's
the
happening.
fan.
Oh, that's what she was describing?
Yes.
It just sounded so different when you said it.
Shut the fuck up.
No, it might be funny. I didn't place it.
The first thing I said, the dance with the fans.
What?
I know what she was talking about.
I didn't know that.
Thank you. You didn't. He knew what I was talking about.
You know? Do you know any of the moves yet, Mel?
No, I do not. Okay,
Mel,
but
if you
I
didn't
am.
get the electric slide
I-
down. You're probably not gonna get none of the other new dance craze.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, I'm planning a trip to Atlanta soon. My girlfriend does the shit. She gonna try and teach me.
You
We'll
run
see
to
what
Atlanta just to. Oh.
I'm hoping for the best.
Let's go, man. I think you got it under control.
Got some more press to do.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Ah.
Another movie I got coming out and shit.
Girl. Anyway,
She admitted it yet?
no.
Oh.
And she
Stop.
won't, nor am I trying to get her to admit to anything.
Okay,
can
great.
I ask a
Moving-
question real quick?
What's up?
Wasn't it supposed to be a cook-off happening this pod?
No, it was next Tuesday.
Oh, well, she thought she was losing her job, so she had to make sure she throw something out there so y'all can look forward to. Just in case I leave, let me provide y'all with food. No, Mel, get your ass. No, not like that. Not like that.
Next Tuesday.
Man, we've been
That
waiting
was what I
for
thought.
Mac. Man, come on.
But here's the thing: is I bought
And you're
it.
better than that,
I
man.
bought everything. I'm getting ready to do it, and I took video.
Are you a breakfast maker?
Yes.
You took video of what?
I took video of
Purchasing the items.
of the ingredients that I bought.
You buying
I'm getting
cheese?
ready.
Right.
I got the macaroni noodles. I got the pans.
Which noodles?
Let's see. Let us
The
see.
fucking elbows.
Which elbows?
The macaroni elbows.
There's a couple of them.
You guys.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Okay. All
It's
right.
okay.
Anywho's. It's coming.
This is why she be on her white shit, because every time we try to talk to her about her and bring her back to the black side, you stop us mid-joint. You always do that, and she gonna stay white.
Well, we've done our part in terms of adding suspense to the mythical mac and cheese.
Just one
we
clarif-
waited 3 years.
It's never happening.
Just one clarifying question. You went to supermarket yesterday?
For next Tuesday?
I have a really
I didn't want to say nothing.
I have a really busy week, so I decided to just
Sure.
kind of get it out of the way.
Sure.
I agree
Solid.
with her.
Yes.
You could just bring Denzel with you.
Sal.
I'll work on that.
What else needs our full attention?
I can tell you something that needs our full attention.
The draft?
Yes.
I knew you was gonna do that.
You goddamn
Give me
right.
a bet. What's
That's
good?
all I got
What's good,
left.
Mark? What's good,
We
man?
back. Everybody thought the Sixers was done.
We who?
This nigga's got the fourth
third
pick.
pick? Fourth pick?
The fourth pick.
The third pick,
The
nigga.
Sixers
Third.
got the number one pick like a 70,000 times.
This shit ain't really.
Why are
And
you
didn't
bringing
do
up
nothing.
old shit?
You said
Traded up for
you
the
said
number one pick one
back.
time.
We back.
That's
Y'all
what I'm
don't
like,
do
who
the
is we?
greatest job of
That's
I'm
the
a
old
Sixers fan,
that's
and
the-
who is we?
That's the old administration.
Markel Fultz,
You can pick everybody.
Ben
worst
Simmons.
one. What else you got?
I just
Wilt
love
Chamberlain, Charles Barkley.
I just
Oh my
love that you
God, we're going back
started.
to
Yes, I'm going back. I'm about to pull George
I just
McGinnis
love
on my
that you
ass.
started betting. Well, you know our bet that the Sixers would have a better record, and now we are happy as can be over their lottery position, third pick.
When you have,
I
look,
get some consolation prize.
listen, it was an
Tyrese
injury.
Maxey got McCain over there, Paul George, PG.
It was an injury season. This happened to the Spurs, where Dave Robinson was injured for a year. They get Tim Duncan and they created dynasty.
They got the first pick though. That was,
I know, but sometimes the third pick turns out pretty good. A guy named Michael Jordan, third pick.
That's a fact.
sure.
That's a fact.
I mean, the Dwayne Wade draft, third pick, right? I mean, we go on a lot of the 03 draft, but there's a lot of great third picks. But the point is, Ace Bailey, I think, is who we're going to get. I think he's a solid player out of Rutgers. But the point is, the Sixers are in a position now to rebuild and hopefully maybe even trade something. And what Jay Williams said today, which I agree with, is the Mavericks, who I really want to get to, should consider trading their number one pick
Seen a lot of talk about that.
to Milwaukee.
To Milwaukee for
Giannis, or to the Sixers to try to get a Tyrese Maxey. Because if you get a Tyrese Maxey and the number 3 pick or something like that, you could rebuild. I support that choice. But the real question I have is, how the fuck do the Mavericks keep getting number 1 pick when there's a white superstar on the table?
This their first time
It's
getting
their
number one
first
pick.
time getting a number one.
I mean a
pick
lottery pick, an elite lottery pick. A lottery pick. When I say number 1, I mean like lottery pick, not the overall number 1 pick.
Nigga, they just traded. In the last couple years, they've had blockbuster trades.
There have been some
And they had
conspiracy
a-
theories. I'm just floating
Oh,
the conspiracy.
no.
I'm just floating the conspiracy theory.
Just a percentage of them winning the lottery pick.
1%.
Winning-
1.8%.
Less than one.
It happens.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's a conspiracy, but I'm just floating. There's a lot of people.
Sometimes it be a duck when it look and quack like one. Sometimes it really
Spurs
do be
keep
a
getting
duck.
top picks. Mavericks keep getting top picks. I don't know.
What's the conspiracy for the person that don't watch basketball?
He says it's fixed.
People have been saying that the lottery's been
Oh.
fixed since the Patrick Ewing draft of '85. People have been saying that the league decides where players go. I don't believe that, but it's been a prevalent theory, and the fact that the Mavs got another big pick is interesting. I think it's just coincidence and good luck, but
It's fixed.
I think it's fixed too. And the conspiracy really is because Luka just went to the Lakers. Yo, we're gonna trade y'all star over here
this is
To our biggest market.
to our one of
this
our
is the
biggest
conspiracy.
markets,
This is the conspiracy theory right here
and we'll look y'all out on the flip side. We got you.
with your Cooper flag.
And that was on the anniversary of where the conspiracy, I want to say, started, which is us with Patrick Ewing. There's fucking...
The Magic was involved. The Shaq and Penny.
Magic got hella lucky.
Yeah, it was,
Spurs
it was a
got hella
couple-
lucky with Tim Duncan.
Spurs.
Spurs got super lucky. They were 41-41 that year.
No, they were worse than that, but they weren't great.
They were no. Didn't they missed the playoffs for like one game?
No, they're bad.
Oh, were they?
They're bad.
You're right. Okay, so that's right because Dave Robinson didn't play. You're absolutely right. It was the Magic. That
And
was 40.
Sean Elliott didn't
I'm
play.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm confusing the Magic and the Spurs. Right?
Yeah.
The Magic were 41-41 in catapult.
Cleveland in 03 with LeBron.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose to Chicago.
I mean,
Zion to New Orleans while the league owned New Orleans.
Yeah.
There's been a few. The Anthony Bennett Cleveland pick. Cleveland has gotten the number one mad times.
Wiggins. What's up there?
And they're showing how in the last 8 years, the team with the worst record has not finished in like the top with a top pick.
I feel like they're almost trying to punish teams for tanking too much after post process.
That's the whole point of the lottery.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, teams were still, the Sixers did it even knowing we weren't guaranteed one. Right. Now it seems like having the worst record, you almost not going to get it.
Niggas did all that for Ben Simmons. Bums. Yo, the process in hindsight, y'all are sick. The process in hindsight is one of the nastiest things in sports. With the Jason
Man, we was four bounces away. The process didn't necessarily. It was
the process works.
Why?
No, it doesn't. Tanking has not really worked.
But
for a lot of teams.
They traded out of Jason Tatum.
That one hurt.
The Nerlens Noel pick.
Exactly.
But the Ben Simmons pick and how that turned out.
But that
and Embiid's injury. So the process, you're looking at 5-6 draft picks that was supposed to, they were supposed to do,
change it.
And they all, it's like a curse. It's like the high five curse or the Three's Company curse.
You think that's reflective of the process, or just their
That's
bum
what
ass?
happened.
That's bum ass GMs.
Well, some people call it karmic retribution.
All of that's the process.
Y'all were adamant and vocal about trying to lose for years and just kept telling your fan base, trust the process.
We got
so
you.
now this is what happened with each player that you picked in those 5-6 years. It looks the way is all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's not to Ish's point. That's not a referendum on the process. If the Sixers had better GMs, if we had Danny Ainge, we'd be winning our fifth ring right now.
That's not replying to the karmic retribution part of it.
No, the
Even
karmic
that,
part.
we go pick up stars. We
I
go
don't
get
believe in
James
that.
Harden. We go get Paul George. We're still making moves to telling people trust the process.
I'll give you an example. The year
nothing worked.
We traded Drew Holiday.
Yep.
Which got us the right to draft Michael Carter Williams, and we already had a pick to get Nerlens Noel.
It's nasty.
Right. Do you know who went number 15 in that draft? A guy named Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, nobody knew Giannis was going to be Giannis. That's why he went 15. But we could have gotten him.
But even when y'all picked up Michael Carter Williams, he won Rookie of the Year. Y'all traded the nigga like a year or two later.
He couldn't play, though. I mean, it was the right choice, if you think about it.
That nigga won Rookie of the Year, bro.
And you ain't heard from him
man,
since.
what started to happen, niggas start playing too good, and you got to get out of here because you fucking up the real process of tanking.
I mean,
that was happening too. Yo, what you doing? No, get him out of here.
Michael Carter Williams works at Sunglass Hut now.
This is a lot of focus on a lottery team.
I'm not talking about the lottery team. I'm talking about the lottery. The question is the
Let's
NBA
get back
fixed?
to that. Not a lottery team. The lottery.
I don't think the NBA.
Yo, your Knicks been good for like 2 weeks, and y'all just, you know what? Talk about karmic retribution.
But they built that team the right way.
They did.
They did.
They built
Dog,
that team.
can't nobody say nothing to me about the Knicks, dog. I was there watching Chris Dudley as a starter.
Yeah.
Like if I just tell you all of the people I've watched throughout the year, you can't say nothing to me about what's going on now. You crazy?
Yeah, I don't fuck with them. Like, but they
I was there for Vin Baker.
No, they did it
like
right.
washed Vin Baker.
Super watched Vin Baker.
Even
Jerome James.
Yo, they took their number 2 pick that they drafted and sent his ass to Toronto for a pivotal piece of the team. Like, they doing it the right way. I commend them for what they doing. I don't fuck with them, but
I ain't mad at them. I hate them, but I ain't mad at them for their journey and getting there. Golden State did it the right way. They kept drafting elite players.
Yes, they did.
It just, to me, the Sixers and other teams that lose on purpose, I'm okay with that. But what these other teams have shown us is that
it don't work.
I'll just say it ain't the only way because there's no guarantee. I mean, Boston Celtics are a good example of that. They rebuilt without ever being as bad as the Sixers were because they had a better GM. They finessed us out of Jason Tatum. I mean, they didn't finesse us out of Jason Tatum, but they finessed us into another. No, I mean, they already had number 1 pick.
They had the one.
Yeah, they swapped.
Again, this is just a lot of focus on
lottery.
I'm talking about Boston.
Loser teams.
You know what?
We don't like. It's a lot of loser.
You know what? I'll move on to that from that. Then how about the other NBA piece of news, which is that Michael Jordan, to me, the most underwhelming piece of news. Michael Jordan is now going to be doing NBA coverage again.
I love it.
Me too.
I can't wait.
I love it.
They're bringing the theme song back, right?
That would be fine.
They better.
You damn near have to.
You have to.
They better.
What's your thoughts on that, Mark? It sounds like a good idea, right?
Not to me.
I think it sounds like a great idea.
I mean, if Michael Jordan want to do it, you can't say no. I just don't think he's going to be good at it. I remember when Dr. J was doing NBA coverage. He was terrible at it. Michael Jordan is not a good talker.
Horrible.
And he's the most reserved person in sport. The reason he's a superstar is because he doesn't say anything about anybody in public. So I'm not sure he's going to be as provocative as we think. If he is, it's going to slip out.
No, I think
some
you're
hate
wrong.
going to
I think
slip out.
you're wrong.
I think the hate
you're wrong. I think Michael Jordan gonna be like, yo, well, the guy ain't shit, really. Like, he talking about like, yo,
You think so?
What?
We saw Michael Jordan.
Michael
hate
Jordan
when he
don't
was
fuck with these new
they had
niggas?
They had him as a judge for the dunk contest of the All-Star game, and it was some fire shit. 5.
Yo,
That's just hate. Yeah, that's hate.
He gave
got
out
him
nothing
fucked up.
higher than a 6.
Yo, dog.
like just sitting here hating, just the look on his face. I want to see. Yes, get up here and hate on this shit because I know you don't like the game today.
I would love to see him.
I wanna hear him talk
Bird,
about niggas up
Karl
there.
Malone and Barkley get up there.
I want to
Oh,
hear
God.
Michael Jordan
He's a
talk
dummy.
about
He's a dummy.
the Pacers shooting. The Celtics shooting 45 threes.
See, and I want to hear Michael Jordan's son talk about the Celtics shooting 45 threes.
While on coke.
He'll talk about it.
I don't get it. But, all right. I just
Michael
think
will
that.
come in
I
there.
think Michael Jordan gonna come in there, fuck around, be off that.
What?
Easy Jesus.
Nah, he got his own tequila.
That nigga be drunk. That nigga light
a
somebody
tequila
up.
drinker
Yeah,
right there.
You know the real reason they lost because he ain't shit. Like yo,
Come in there with
he's
them
trash.
eyes yellow
Yeah.
and get to talking.
What? That deep ass voice. He talk mad slow. This is gonna be comedy.
It is.
I don't think it's
can't
gonna be
wait.
They
good.
didn't say what he's getting paid, right?
No.
Nah.
A lot.
That's what I want to know.
You think it's a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. What?
Well, yeah.
For me to leave my NASCAR team, for me to leave my billions to come sit up on this dusty ass podium, y'all gonna pay me?
I guess that's what I'm wondering. Like, is there? Michael don't really need money as far as
don't.
we know. So is when you get to that level of money, do they still have to like make like a stupid offer for you
Gotta
to say
pay
yes?
for my time.
How much is that worth?
Depend on the person.
I'm asking you, how much do you think Michael Jordan's time is worth?
More than Charles in there.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And they getting a nice
Maybe.
bag.
maybe. Is it worth more than Charles? Than Charles is so good. though.
Well,
Charles is great. Shaq is great.
we're talking
Kenny
about
is great.
Charles with 20 years versus Michael Jordan today.
They gave Tom Brady $30 million, my nigga.
That is true.
Tom Brady's good though.
No, he's not.
He's not.
No, he's
And
not.
he did not have any
Announcer?
experience
No.
at all.
I just assumed he was good. I
No,
I
he's
just-
not.
He's stale.
Really? I don't
And
watch football, so
they gave him $30 million out the gate.
Yeah.
is he a draw then? Does he bring in the audience?
Yes.
Is that what? Okay,
Yes.
So it's like he could be
See, I
mad.
don't think it really matters if Tom Brady is good or not.
All right, so just to answer your question, the theme song is returning.
Yes.
Michael Jordan is joined as a special commentator. I don't know if that means he's going to be sitting on the panel the entire time.
This thing's gonna do occasional.
Special means he gonna pop in just to say niggas his ass.
Yeah.
That's all I need him to
Provocative
do.
take and
That's
go
it.
back home.
And the other
Every 6
commentators,
weeks.
which I think this will be fire, the other commentators are Jamal Crawford, Carmelo Anthony, Reggie Miller.
Reggie's
Love
a
it.
pro. That's great.
Yeah, Reggie
Jamal's
Jamal's great.
very
Yeah,
good.
he's
Jamal has
amazing.
gotten very good as of late.
And I'm excited to see Carmelo.
I don't know
Anthony.
about the other two. I don't think
I'm not the biggest Reggie commentating fan.
Reggie's
but-
cool. He need to be paired up with somebody.
Yeah.
But
I think he's good for color.
I don't see the comedy.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'll see
where's
the
the
comedy.
personality in there? Like, who's
Carmelo.
gonna shoot up?
Carmelo, yeah.
I mean,
Melo,
well, sorry,
hopefully.
not that. Who's gonna shoot off at the mouth?
Mello, hopefully.
Mellow, yeah.
Okay,
And we got Mike.
that's to be determined.
I'm telling you, I think Mike gonna disappoint y'all.
I hope
I
not.
think it's gonna be like the Bobcats all over again.
Yeah, maybe so.
The Bobcats.
A study shows that K is the most emotionally triggering text you can send a person.
That's a fact.
No, it's not.
You got something else?
Yeah, we need to talk.
Oh,
Yeah, well, yeah,
that's the one.
That's the one. You feel that shit in your
definitely for y'all.
spine.
That's not worse than K.
K triggers a different
Yeah,
emotion.
that's not
Yeah.
worse.
It's a different emotion.
What do K do to y'all?
K is so fucking dismissive.
Yep.
K is a lot of things.
It is a lot
It's
of
a
things,
lot of
but
things.
I think
It
that
is.
dismissive is extremely high on the list. Like, imagine you wrote an entire text to somebody and it's like, well thought out and whatever, and they
what I
just
put.
hit you back with
K.
K. Not even just K, period.
Oh, see, I hate the thumbs up when I get that.
Same shit.
It's-
They're
it's the similar-
synonymous.
Are they just,
A thumbs up
synonymous.
is meant to do
The
the
thumbs
same
up is
thing
now.
that K is meant to do.
They're both
You
synonymous.
couldn't do that before. Like, it
I
was-
dig it.
so that's like the new version of it.
See, I be writing K all the time. I don't be meaning shit.
Nah,
I just been pissing motherfuckers off.
No, we need to talk.
And I
first.
think it depends on what it's in response to. But yeah, K is some bullshit.
There's
you know they
no-
write you one of them books.
So my wife writes, "I miss you," and I write K.
Bro.
You don't do that.
You know, he,
I'm just joking.
Stop it.
I'm just joking. I wouldn't do that.
There's no point in the day that a K is okay.
no.
Really?
Nah, I'm,
No.
I'm
At no
downstairs.
point in the day is
they
a
get
K
you with the
alright.
yo, I'm outside. K.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
where it's.
If you could text K, you
Yeah.
could text okay.
No.
No. It's all
I
right.
agree
Yo, I'm
with that.
outside. K?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
dog. I'm not
No.
one of your little
All right,
friends in the
cool.
street, dog.
Yes, you are.
No, no.
What if it's
Yeah,
Ish?
yeah.
What if it's Ish? He is one of your little friends in the street.
Ish is a man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, you know what I
Don't
mean.
little me with nothing.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So if like Ish
Like,
says
stop
I'm
eating
down.
sugar.
Yeah, he little homie.
He's smaller now. He's smaller now.
Yeah, you might be
Okay.
a little homie now. Just because you lost some weight.
But
Anyways.
anyway, he shouldn't be saying K to me. No man should be saying K to me.
See, I think it sounds less macho for sure. Like
Hey.
Sounds like a bitch.
that's another
Well,
way
you
of
don't
putting
use
it.
that word, sorry.
Right.
But I'm just saying like that's why I don't use K. Like if you sent me a note, I would be like K. Not because it feels like I'm innocent, nothing, just because it feels like I shouldn't be saying that to you. It feels like something your lady should be saying to you. But it don't trigger me.
My girl know better to say K.
Yo,
If she say K to me, that's just a way of letting me know that it's on.
Yeah, it's up.
Oh shit.
All right, K, that thumbs up shit and a good morning or something with no emojis, just
Oh,
on some
yeah.
dry.
Good morning.
Yo, morning.
GM.
Who the fuck are you talking to? Morning.
So, but your good morning that come with emojis?
It better.
I'm big on how you.
Smiley
I'm big
face.
on how you start. How we start the day.
That niggas is just crazy.
They got it.
You can't start my day with no
too,
bullshit.
That's
You
too,
crazy?
that's too dramatic.
So what do you want? You want like good morning with like a sunflower or something?
Baby,
Yes.
something,
Some-
you know.
something warm.
Yeah.
Hey, if y'all shut y'all
Exclamation
stupid asses up.
point.
Something that
Something
speaks
warm,
to
nigga.
the quality of this relationship.
Put some sugar on it.
Yeah.
Yo, good morning is good.
Good morning, King,
Babe.
my king, my love, my earth, my all, my everything,
My oxygen.
some emojis.
My reason for living.
Well, watch your
Yeah.
mouth. Watch your mouth.
Yeah,
I'm just.
No,
Not
you
what she
send
said.
you send all that shit out to niggas?
Who the fuck am I saying that shit to right
When
now?
you're in a relationship, you send that.
I am so ridiculously affectionate. I'm such a kitten. Yup. My king, my oxygen, my reason for living. Yes,
you
absolutely.
did that for homeboy birthday last week. Like, it is my king. I mean, he has someone, but happy birthday to my king, my love, my everything.
I think I just said, me and more.
They
or
gonna
some
catch
shit
you.
like that.
You said me and more?
They're gonna catch up. Look, all right.
She's just affectionate. She shows a lot of love.
The kitten is showing. Pause.
That's going to read crazy.
You get involved in a lawsuit each time. Yo.
Wild.
Slap. Now this. The kitty is showing. The kitten is showing. Okay.
Okay.
Nigga, I don't play that K
Nah,
shit.
we need to talk is still the worst. That's a different level of stress.
There's nothing worse. That shit makes my heart beat fast.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah.
Makes me want to
Just-
not talk.
Yeah.
Just text me what you got to say.
Because it ain't never nothing good.
Never.
Or pull up on me.
Yeah, you don't see the memes? Nigga be watering the grass. His girl be like, yo, we need to talk. Next scene, that nigga be out here with the water above his head. And he's still nigga in the swimming pool.
He ain't stopping
Like,
that.
anybody want to talk? I'm good. Fuck that. No, we need to talk. We'll give you the straight BGs.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it has the same effect on us.
What you mean?
Because we don't ever want to talk.
Niggas don't
You know what I'm saying? It's never happened before. So what kind of text can a dude send you that would get you anxious? Other than
Silence.
No, it's funny. No, it's funny.
You gotta leave.
Silence.
Get your girl. It's been 4 days. Get your shit. Get your hat and coat
Uber's
and
outside.
leave. Push talk shit.
Uber's outside. That's funny. No, silence. That's what gives me anxiety.
like when you send something, you get nothing.
Yeah, something like that.
How long?
It depends. Depends if there was like a flow of conversation going. It depends because I understand people are busy and you can't. I don't expect like.
Do you believe in giving space, man?
Hear the annoying.
Leave
You
her
can just
alone.
hear-
Stop it.
I'm just asking you how long.
It don't matter if we
You've
hear
been
it.
in listening.
Motherfucker.
She just
Listen,
annoying.
you know what?
We don't matter if we hear that.
Here's the thing: is I am so easy breezy, beautiful cover girl when I'm like in a relationship. I don't stress you out. I am not like just on you all the time where I need constant attention and constant this and constant that. That's not me. I'm busy.
So you believe in giving
I'm
space?
busy.
So what were you about to say about understanding how someone else is busy? But
I understand
but-
that you know
but-
that you're busy, so it's just like I'm not expecting like an immediate response. Maybe if there's some emergency kind of like aspect to the text, but other than that, like go on about your day. But if I don't know, I text you in the morning and I don't hear from you till like 7 o'clock, I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
That is a lot.
Thank you. And then also Also,
12 hours.
also in the dating, this is a conversation that's come up online.
Go, Mel. What happened, Mel?
Is when you have expressed, two people have expressed interest in each other and there's synergy and whatever else, what is the expectation of communicating every single day?
Synergy, too. Bitches be missing. Synergy.
That's a drink.
That's Red Bull, cousin?
Yeah. Fuck you talking about?
What are the expectations as far as speaking every day?
Yeah.
Yes, you should. I've never been
Where we
interested in somebody and I ain't talk to them every day.
That is exactly my thinking, and that's what I judge whether or not I'm continuing.
Mark, don't listen to Mark.
Yeah, don't listen to Mark.
I am going to listen to Mark.
Don't listen to Mark.
Do you believe?
I am because he's sensible, and that makes sense to me.
Oh, okay, hold the fuck on easy.
What?
Stop it. Do you believe in giving space? Do you believe in that?
Why do you need space in the beginning? Like, when we're starting to talk, why do you need space for?
That's when you need the space.
Time out. Yo, you
for my
said,
other women, first
why
of
do you
all.
why do you need space when we just starting to talk? But then on the other hand, you said,
Let's go, Ish.
I don't really need the communication like that. I know niggas is busy.
No, space is different.
Then when we first start talking,
Well, okay. I said that we have started talking. There's synergy established. You like me. I like you. I don't get the gaps.
Do you text?
I don't fucking get it.
Mel,
If you like somebody,
And I'm not talking about like day 1, day 2, day 3. Like, I'm not talking about
day 6.
that. Like, no.
y'all been on some dates, y'all starting to kick it.
Yeah, you're kicking it.
But are you?
You're probably
I
like,
at least send you a hello. I might not want to talk all day and have a whole conversation, but I probably send you something.
Let's go. Are you?
I ain't never went 48
Are we
hours.
talking
up.
pre-sex or post-sex?
and how many yo hoes you got?
Well, I said we talked.
Yo, y'all niggas be up here front, y'all. I'm cool. Y'all niggas are good shit, bro. All right, you got
We ain't exclusive yet.
but here's the thing is,
I just like you.
But no,
We
but
just
here's the
kicked
thing.
it.
So if we like each other, you don't talk, how often do you talk to somebody? If y'all like each other, y'all dating, how often y'all talk?
But if I just like you, I also like her and her and
yeah.
her.
See, here's the thing.
Okay,
You
I see
can
what
I
like, you
ain't
can.
get there
When you said
yet.
synergy, I thought you meant like that's kind of becoming your.
But that's
No.
I got synergies. Fuck's wrong with you?
You can send more than one text in a day.
I know.
Yeah, but she a little bit more entertaining right now.
maybe
Enough that you can't even say nothing.
Hold on, y'all.
go ahead.
Let her get that shit off, please.
Maybe I'm just speaking from the perspective of somebody who is looking for some level of like maturity. You know what I'm saying? And somebody
Sorry.
No
Yo.
play it. No play it.
What the fuck you did?
and somebody who is actually looking for something. If that's not what you're looking for, cool, no problem. But I'm looking to build upon,
You're dating with intention.
I'm dating. Thank you.
Mel,
Thank you very much.
question.
I'm dating with intention. And if I do not get the feeling that you are there, by all means, go with God. Don't let the door hit you on the fucking way
There
out.
we go, man. Are you?
So when do you express that to them?
When I start to see a pattern and patterns show up very, very quickly, I will assess it very quickly, and I will.
I mean, when you express to them, hey, I'm dating with intention.
Thank you, man. Please, god damn.
What?
Not you. I'm just y'all niggas just.
What?
No,
Where's
no.
the frustration?
I'm not
Mr.
frustrated.
Married man of 17 years who has not been in the dating game whatsoever.
No, you got me.
I know I did. I know I fucking did.
And you just the second time you disrespected me.
But I'm saying I got you.
You
I'm
are
protecting you
I was
from yourself.
asking you. Thank you. Are you a back-to-back texter? Meaning, like, do you respond instantly when a nigga texts? Because that can be an issue.
No, I mean it
Wait,
depends.
that's an issue?
Yes.
It depends. If we're having a conversation, like on text,
Girl, all right.
if we're having a conversation on text and whatever he said or I said warrants a response,
instantly.
then yes, but then not
guys-
always.
You guys.
Mm-hmm.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
Oh, we can continue on Patreon.
We did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or later, but let's
Or
just give it
later.
a little.
Breathing room.
Yeah, just let it breathe for a little bit. Just check the temperature of the room.
Okay.
So the Puff trial is still going on. We talked about it earlier, but I want to just make it very clear that I am not an expert on any of the charges. I'm not a legal expert. I don't know nothing about, you know what I mean? Don't take my word as fact. I don't know exactly what sex trafficking is. I feel like that should be described at some point.
Defined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have a definition of sex trafficking from it's the Office of Victims of Crime. It's a government office. They break it down in regular English.
Is it different in the feds as it is in state?
I don't know, but
Got it.
he's a fed.
It's
It's
the
a
same.
fed case anyway.
Got it. Go ahead.
Because most sex
So-
trafficking is federal.
Yeah,
It's
'cause it
all
involves
state.
state law.
State crime. Duh.
Federal definition of sex trafficking. the recruitment, harboring, transportation, provision, or obtaining of a person for the purposes of commercial sex act in which the commercial sex act is induced by force, fraud, or coercion in which the person, or in which the person induced is under 18.
Okay, so I'm wrong earlier when I say that they haven't addressed sex trafficking then. Because everything that in Cassie's testimony, by that definition, describes sex trafficking.
They break this down.
If they brought somebody in, if they flew, what the girls are saying, flew in.
No, if Cassie is saying, yo, I was here because I was afraid of you and this is what you made me do, then that falls under that, no?
Well, let me break it. They go a little bit further. They break down the action. So recruiting, proactively targeting an individual's vulnerabilities and or grooming, and then you get the child part, or befriending a child with the intention to abuse. Using, supplying alcohol and or drugs to garner an intimate relationship or support an existing habit. Harboring, isolation, confinement, and or monitoring of another person's movement. Yeah. Transporting, the unwanted movement and or arranging of travel of another person.
Unwanted
Key word there. Providing, the act of giving a person as a commodity to another person. Obtaining.
That's where it gets tricky.
A couple of these, bro. Obtaining, forcibly taking something from someone else, exchanging something for the ability to control another person. And then soliciting, offering something of value in exchange for sex, such as housing, food, clothing, travel, etc.
So
record deals.
Those are the actions.
And I looked up commercial sex act.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is key. Commercial sex act is defined as any sex act on account of which anything of value is given to or received by any person. So it breaks it down. Exchange of value. The definition emphasizes the exchange of something of value for the sex act, distinguishing it from a non-commercial sexual activity. So if I pay you for some, if I buy you some shoes, if I take you shopping, if I take you to the mall and buy you a bag,
if it's in exchange for it.
In exchange for
that's not the same as like
that's not
tricking.
Yeah, that's the distinction. That's the
not
nuance.
courting. It's not that.
That is tricking.
I mean, you be tricking in the slang sense. Basically, if I take a girl, we go to dinner, we have sex, and then I buy a pair of shoes the next day. That's not a commercial sex.
No,
act.
but
if I give her sex for the shoes,
if I buy you some shoes for the sex,
yes,
then that's a gray area. Like, yo, I was doing this just cause.
This is all the shit that they don't prove in this case.
But that's done a lot, though.
Yeah.
What?
I'm just saying that
is done a lot.
Yeah.
But I think
they're highlighting the consistency of the act.
But remember, he's not being charged for the commercial sex act. It's the combination of having a commercial sex act. It's coercion, force, or fraud to put somebody into a commercial sex act. So it's not enough to say, I'm fucking you for shoes.
Well, this is where it also, so they break down force, fraud, and coercion. Force, physical assault, sexual assault, isolation, and or confinement of another person. Fraud, false employment offers, sham marriages, lying about work situation, withholding wages, and or taking legal documentation. Coercion, threats of violence, threats of arrest / deportation, debt bondage, and or withholding legal documentation.
A lot of that shit is based on the immigration shit. Because, they'll promise they papers, they'll do all of that shit. So that's where a lot of that.
Because there's a big, you talk about Law and Order, like that's a big thing that would happen on a lot of episodes where the girls would get shipped over, or you think you're coming to the United States to do work, to get big guest work or to do childcare, and they end up putting you in a strip club, or a rubbing tug, right, and those kinds of things. So it's a lot to prove in this case.
It is.
A lot of the stuff that I'm hearing, I'm reading the transcript of Cassie's the AUSA. A couple of these things could apply. More than a couple.
I think a lot of it is open to interpretation. And that's where the jury selection is going to matter a lot.
Well, I have a question. So I just checked the definition out about coercion, which is with force or threats, right? But persuasion, is persuasion illegal?
Persuasion is not illegal
somebody.
because persuasion still implies that a person is making their own choice.
Got it.
Coercion is when you're forcing their hand. You know what I mean? And in this case, forcing their hand to make them do something that's already illegal, which is the commercial sex act. So it's a bunch of things happening at once. And I don't. Again, there needs to be a lot more evidence shown to make that case. But it seems like
They're setting the stage.
Yeah, they're setting the stage for
yeah.
it, and the legal framework seems to be there for a potential case. But again, we'll see what happens. This is going to be the hardest one for him to beat to me.
Did you guys make anything of the daughters leaving the courtroom as the escort was testifying?
No.
That seems like decency.
That seemed decent. Yeah, that was decent. I thought that. Yeah. Taking the kid took the daughters out.
And as the person that I never, just saying, oh, damn, I mean, they make some valid points. I never thought I'd say it. But Boosie's, his comments on this have surfaced again. And a lot of people are like, I get what he's saying.
Comments from the past?
It's right after Puff was arrested.
Okay.
And it's making its rounds again.
Yeah.
He said, I feel Diddy's in jail for basically doing what every other famous entertainer has done. Flew chicks out for threesomes. He's just freakier. We actually going to call women prostitutes who fly in willingly to be with their partners for sex. If that's the case, if you've been flued out and had sex, you should be labeled a prostitute. If that's the case, then 80% of the women reading this in trafficking, hell no. If you're a celebrity, you gotta fly pussy in. How else are you gonna get the pussy? You're never in one place. Now, when I saw that video, I was pissed off at this nigga, like he really got a problem. But facing life in prison for basically doing what so many other entertainers has done, and
Okay,
it's that gray area again.
I don't think it's that gray. I don't.
Me either.
It's.
What?
I mean, some of that in there is okay.
I think he made it a little bit more broad than what seems to be on trial.
Exactly.
Which, when you make it broad like that, it seems like, yeah, he's right. But if you're talking about actually coercing people and persuading people with pressure, that's a different conversation than just flying willing participants.
Yeah, shit is irrelevant. If you flying a prostitute from Cleveland to New Jersey, yes, prostitution is illegal. But you, as the nigga that's paying for it, you not telling, and she, as the person that's prostituting, ain't telling.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's happening there. Not condoning it, not saying it's right.
I am.
I
don't see anything wrong with it.
Well, prostitution is against the law.
Yeah, sometimes the law's wrong. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm just saying, I'm just registering. I think that's part of what we got to
That's
stop
my
doing.
stance too, but every time I say that on the pod, these niggas think that I'm fucking escorts every week. So I'm trying to just clean my image up.
Fair enough.
They not going to ever say, Marcus fucking escorts.
I do not do
And
that.
I don't know why they wouldn't say that.
Because I don't? Because I don't?
Oh, neither do I.
There you are. Fair. So, there's nothing wrong with that. And that's the problem. But to Ish's point, if you have a certain moral sort of makeup and you think that that's wrong, then you may sit in that jury box and say, just because he's fucking prostitutes, he's already a bad person. And let me be clear, Puff is a bad person.
Absolutely.
He's a piece of shit, but not because of that.
I think that's very different than you ordering a prostitute and then beating her ass and then taking her shopping and then saying, I'm your man, and then handcuffing her to the bed and then following her to another state and then blackballing her.
Making her be
and then saying you can't put your album out. And then, like, that's very, very different. Very different.
They asked her about her albums. It was like, she signed a 10-album deal. She put one album out. And she's like, I
mean, that should have been the first sign.
Yeah, I can't do that. I got a deal. That's where my deal is. So I was never able to put more music out.
Yeah.
Anything else was leaked music, mixtape stuff, but and even that could be a form of coercion we spoke about.
Right.
For me, anytime Bootsy talk, I normally disagree with him.
This was the least outlandish thing he said, and it was. And again, in fairness to Bootsy, which I never thought I'd say, that interpretation was based on the information we had at the time. But now that we're getting more information, it's like, oh wait, okay, it is more than that. It is more than that. And the more information we get, the more we realize it's not what Bootsy thinks it is. What he described, he's right, but what he's describing ain't what's happening.
That's not this.
Yeah.
It's not fully describing it.
Yes.
Right. And omission sometimes is.
It changed everything.
It changed everything.
So he got 2 counts. Does anybody know who the unnamed individual is yet?
The Jane Doe?
This is just a Jane Doe.
No.
And I was just reading, it was like around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, they submitted paperwork to allow the Jane Doe to actually testify under an alias. So then she's not going to say her name even on the stand.
Wow. Just so y'all know, on a different note, Smokey Robinson has broken his silence.
Oh.
I know everyone's been waiting.
With bated breath.
Yes.
What did he say?
Please tell me what Smokey said.
I'm appalled. I can't speak about this right now.
Why you stuttering, my nigga?
I say it like Smokey.
That's how we sound.
I say it like
That's how 85-year-old niggas from Detroit sound when they catch
He
sex
wrote the
charges.
stutters in the notes.
I read the transcript.
I'm appalled.
I'm appalled. I can't speak about this right now. And then he did an interview with the Daily Mail.
The
about
Daily Mail?
Yes.
Christ.
And after that, they reported that he started mumbling incoherently.
See, that's what you
He's
get for
85.
fucking.
And then hung up. So I think, one, he could be incoherent.
I don't think it's fair to call 85-year-olds incoherent.
You ever talked about?
If they're incoherent,
Not all of them.
not all of them, but
Not
he
all
might
of
have
them.
been.
Not all of them. But my mom is 86. And at least, I mean, she's quite incoherent. Like,
No, but I know.
Why are you shooting at your mom all this?
Mother's Day just passed.
that's right. The
I know
statue's
some,
over.
I know
You
some
can go.
80-something-year-olds that's sharp as a...
Every time she sent me birthday money, at least once a month. Man, I'm killing off that shit. I've got thousands this year.
Mark. Yo, shit.
Yo, Mark, what the fuck?
And then go and hate on Frazier getting his shit off.
Yeah,
None of them niggas need to put hands on you, Mark. What's wrong with you, man?
Look, I'm just, anyway. Don't
It's
mind
mama
me.
love.
Let
man.
Frazier get some of that lick.
All right, you speaking about moms.
No.
You want to talk Jayden Daniels' moms?
Oh, yeah.
Jayden Daniels' moms did the pivot. Shout out to Ryan Clark, friend of the show.
For sure.
And she expressed her position in cock blocking. Or just always being seen with her son while he trying to get his 1-2 on. A lot of people were anxiously awaiting to hear her side of things. And I love when podcasters go get the obscure interview that we wanted to know this, but we wasn't going to try to interview Jayden Daniels' mom. All right, here we go. Get Ryan.
Protecting Jayden from the wrong
Get
woman.
in your bag, Ryan.
So, first and foremost, I have a meme out there, and it's funny. It's like, I can't laugh. I can only laugh about it. But the whole girls comment was made, first of all, 2 years when he was at LSU. And it was a question asked, like, what is your biggest fear? And that should be every parent's biggest fear. That should be, if you're a star athlete and you're a female at WNBA, that should be your biggest fear is, the men or, the women, because you're a public figure. And, your dollar amount is associated with your name. So you never know who really is there for you and who's really against you.
Okay.
And our thing is like, I want Jayden to date. I don't want everybody to say I'm putting it on record. My son can date. He can live freely, makes his own decisions. However, the relationship we have, he does value my opinion because, when my kids were little, I did a lot for them. So, and my kids saw that. My father, my background, I worked too hard to allow anybody at any moment to come in and just, take it away. So I have a view of what I feel a good person is. And, but my son is 24 and he does have to go through things and he has to learn on his own. And, he's a great kid and I'm thankful for him. He's, not like some of these other guys, he's really to himself. He's a homebody. He just really is. He's really
She's still at
loves
it.
sports. Like he really is.
Holy
So
shit.
I'm trying to work on his afterlife after sports because at some point it does end. And I don't want him to just be like, now what do I do? So I want to keep him involved in the world and, have opened up a lot of doors. Like
Shut up, Corey.
I'm in charge of his foundations. We're trying to build facilities and, back in his hometown that are going to help the youth and things like that. So that's what I'm in charge of on top of his everyday business
Them boy
dealings
moms.
and
Give her some grace.
Some boy moms.
She's not a celebrity. She doesn't talk in sound bites.
How we're positioning him and all this other stuff. So it's not just about you guys seeing me out and thinking we're just like hanging party.
I mean,
Okay.
Give her some grace. She doesn't have media training, so she doesn't talk in sound bites. It was a little long-winded, but she was trying to make a point. Yeah, and she made it. Maybe not the most succinctly way, but we got the point, did we not?
What's the point?
I didn't get the point.
We did not. We did not.
She's trying to protect her son from gold digging hussies. That's the fucking point.
She's making it about herself.
So it's the same that every mom says in history.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's making it about herself. I mean, it's good to protect your son, but when you start to say that I work so hard, to avoid anyone. I work too hard to prevent anyone from taking it from me. Like, it's not yours, it's his. Number one. Number two, yes, a lot of parents do sacrifice a lot in order for you to become successful, whether it's work hard to pay a lot of money, miss out,
sacrifice,
sacrifice. But at the same time, parents like that, no disrespect to her, they make it about themselves a lot, about what they want for the child. And when you reach a certain age, that causes a lot of friction, contention, and later on, if a girl do come along, they're going to exile you out of the situation.
So let me ask you guys.
And then when they exile, you're going to be over there somewhere in Timbuktu, stressed out, wondering, what did I do wrong, instead of just giving them space. Sometimes we can't protect our children from life, Mark. We can't. Sometimes you got to let them bump their head. I get it a little bit, be there, yo, hey, chill. But sometimes you have to. It's a give and take relationship. It should be.
So let me ask you guys this.
Yeah, but
I want to ask you guys this because, as having children,
I understand, man.
do you feel like your sacrifice deserves, to be rewarded?
No.
Yes.
I don't. Yes. No, not me.
I would think.
I feel like you sacrifice for your children in order for them to be better than you.
Go ahead.
The reward would be to whom?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know their circumstances.
I'm saying
I know. So I'm just drawing off of what I perceived from what she was saying, and it seems like she was saying that she worked very, very hard to provide for this young man, to provide opportunities for him to get to this stage in his life where he is a professional football professional football player.
Yes,
so. That's an enormous amount of circumstances and choices that she had to make. And so now he's here to where he can now provide, he can probably be the provider for the family. And she's trying to protect him from life experience he may not have. And now that he's in the league, he's going to get a whole lot of things thrown at him that he might not be prepared for.
My question was, reward for whom? For her or for him?
The family?
Yes, then I think it's wrong. I think that as a parent, the sacrifices that you make should be for your child to live a great life, the
better
best
than
life
yours.
possible. But I don't necessarily think that you should be doing those things so that you could reap that.
That
necessarily.
is the reward. That should be
your
the
child
reward.
living a great life or being a productive member of society, or whatever case may be.
Yeah, she's his agent also.
That's the reward.
Oh, well, if she's his agent as well, then she's doing double duty and trying to protect his wealth and future earnings.
And the other side to that, you said sometimes you gotta let your kids bump their heads and stuff.
Some of them
at the level he had, the wrong head bump
exactly
changes your entire life.
I understand,
but it's hard.
It ain't just a head bump.
It's still hard because at some point you're gonna have to let go of the reins. So I think that she's not gonna be there forever. And you mess around and get one of them snipers that we talk about
that know how to just lay in the cut,
bruh, and they'll have him blocking his mom, like from speaking to her. I think that you got to kind of let. I think from living with your mother to living on your own is a transition, and I think that transition comes via college. That's why I'm an advocate of college sometimes for the social piece more so
the growing
than
up part. Yeah.
So I think that as his mom and as his agent, it might be overkill. Like, yo, if you see me out and I'm with my mom 24/7,
Well, the shaky ground is that, for me anyway, is that if you're trying to protect him to be a beneficiary yourself, aren't you just now becoming the person that you're trying to protect him from in a different sort of way?
You cooking.
No, not
But that's why I asked
you
about.
cooking.
But see, I feel differently than Mel about Mel, not that
right.
Mel, but what Mel asked was, do you deserve part of it? I think the difference is the outsider doesn't deserve part of this. I actually think the parent does deserve part of it.
That's not. I couldn't disagree more with that.
What, that the parent deserves something?
What does the parent deserve?
I don't see no deserving in there.
Yeah.
If
deserve?
If you are a single mom and you raise, or father, and you raise your kid the whole life, and you go on the pop water, you doing the weight training, you taking around the country, you doing AAU, and they go pro and make $100 million. I'm not saying I would ask for it, but I do think I deserve it. You don't think you deserve any of that?
So what happens if you do all that and they become an accountant?
I think I deserve the same thing, which is that they should do the best for me that they can. Now, if you're an accountant, the best thing might be a Father's Day gift. But if you got $100 million, the best you could do for me is a little bit more.
I think that you get what you raise.
Yeah, I think if you
raise, I think you get what you raise. I think if you raise
a
your
quality
child
individual
a certain way, then when they
gotta even think about
when
that.
they hit the lick, you just taken care of.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for them because I don't know their situation, but you don't have to. I also think there's only but so far your parent can take you professionally. I subscribe to that.
I think that's generally true, yeah.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the world now. Mom, you did your job. Hey, you want to even negotiate the next contract? Cool, but there's something to be said for the parent being, if you want to be on that, the eye in the sky or the eye that's watching from afar. We consistently see her as the mother and the agent, two roles that we're not used to seeing as much as we keep seeing her. So I
We've
think
seen
there's
it
a
recently.
Let me see. We mean momagers.
We've seen it with Lamar.
We see it a lot with I think we
Jackson.
see it more with artists too, actors, the actresses, a lot of
Yeah.
the dance moms, the managers, things like that.
But they're behind the scenes though.
Not necessarily.
often
And
goes-
a lot of that shit goes awry.
Usher's a good example.
And a lot of them can only get you to a certain point.
I mean,
Like-
Matthew
like,
Knowles got
now
Beyonce
you
pretty
gotta-
far.
Right.
and then he didn't.
You know, with some
Yeah,
professionals.
And that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
He did. You did all you could do, and now you hand your child to Quincy or a professional
Somebody
now
that has
to take your child with
30
him.
years of experience in this
Cultivate
field.
the talent and not just be the parent that's babysitting. This is y'all are bringing up all these instances where we may see this. I've never seen it. One and two. This instance is different because we keep seeing her in what we deem to be dating scenarios.
Yeah, this is the regular shit.
This is not just a parent with their kid chilling.
That
This
ain't, it ain't manager
another
shit, it
telling-
ain't agent shit. It's just like
Another telling point
Shadow.
was she said,
you chaperoning. You
I think
shadowing.
I think I know.
And
a
if
good
he like
person.
it, I love it.
right.
But you know, go ahead.
She said, "Yo, I think I know a good person when I see him." Like, that's your discernment. You might look at somebody and be like, "Yo, I think this young girl is a hussy," and the girl could be the farthest thing from, or vice versa. You might look and say, "Yo, I think this young girl is the model individual," and that young girl could have all negative intentions. Like,
But it's his life. He might want the hussy. And no, she a hussy.
And he might want his mama there step by step with him.
It's looking like that though.
He
Like
may.
I feel like if he didn't want her around all the time, like why would he
might.
why would he have
But she's his
appointed her
agent.
as his agent? And then
No.
also,
No,
well, so,
not necessarily.
Wait a year or two
Because
before
he might not know no life outside of
Okay,
it.
so
he
hold
don't
on.
know different.
This
He
is
don't even know any better.
this is a question because I don't know. As a sports agent, don't you have to have some kind of licensure? You know?
Yeah. But
So was she an agent?
But as a
before this?
manager, you don't.
yes and no.
So
Okay.
Because
I didn't know.
some people let attorneys represent them in all their contractual shit.
yeah, but that's still licensure.
Yeah, but you're still an attorney. I'm just asking.
He said like you can't just do it as the mom, as an agent. You can be a manager and make a deal though.
Let me see.
You got to get a license. You got to get a license.
Okay.
But
Yeah, so you said that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I don't. My thing is, I don't think the mom is the best choice either, and I think that separating from your mom as you become an adult is a good thing.
Well, she's an NFLPA certified agent.
Oh well, then that is yeah.
She has a master's degree in hospital administration and another one in entrepreneurial business.
Okay, so she did the work to become an agent. So I mean, that's important.
That counts.
That does count. You
That's
know,
very
so-
important.
So you know that helps. That,
changes
goes a long
things.
way.
I think the professional relationship should be separate than the social.
Yeah, I was about to say, but it doesn't negate the
It's
point,
just-
right? Which is that I think they should be separate for his own growth and development. Because I think a mom has an interest in what I mean, for some of us, no woman is good enough for our mom, or no dude is good enough for our dads, or whatever, right? A manager has a particular interest, or agent has a particular interest in protecting your interests, right, financially, because you want the biggest check possible. As a mom, you may have a different interest, and sometimes those things compete.
And she said it. She
And
said, "Yo, your social credit score affects your brand and affects your bag." She said that in what she was saying. I think as a mom, yo, I'm gonna speak for myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fam, some of the bad relationships that I may have had, I learned from those relationships, and they have me to be the individual
For sure.
that I am today.
For sure.
So if I didn't go through those hurdles, or I didn't go through that shit right there, where again you crying and you going through it and all that shit, you might not be the individual that you are today. Your mother can't protect you from adversity, fam.
But I-
Adversity builds character.
The only thing I would add to that though is
I was going to clap it up for that.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
just an agency. If you're a big star, actor, football player, whatever, and you outside dating people that aren't a good look, your agency is also going to try to shut
They'll
that
tell
shit
you
down.
that too.
And they're also going to sit between you,
You
and
think
the
they're
girl.
not telling Anthony Edwards, yo, my nigga, you got to chill the fuck out?
I'm about to say some niggas don't.
You think they're not telling him that?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't want to make it seem like the mom is doing some shit that other agents
I'm
might
not
just
saying-
don't do.
But your mother
you just can't stop her the same way.
have the influence, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She can't pick and choose who you date. The agency might give you advice. Yo, dog, you out here wilding, you bugging the fuck out.
Right.
You affecting your brand, you affecting your bag.
Well, the other thing, an agency might have experience with these same women in a different level
True.
than the mom might. You know what I mean? They're like, well, she was just dating such and such
Yeah.
from the jazz.
I'm sure Rich
I'm not
Paul
over
know
that
all
point.
of the Yamins.
I'm not over that point that you made earlier. There's a word for when the mom is acting like your girl. There's a word for that. There's a word for when your mom may not have a boyfriend or somebody in her life and it's a little slow and now she's just on your body and she can't take the separation from a child that she's been with all the time. Well,
That I
there's a word
sacrifice
that
my
we've seen
social
that.
life, I sacrifice my dating life and all of that shit to make sure that you did walk the straight and narrow. A lot of parents did that.
Is that kind of like Oedipal?
Right.
Like the Oedipus complex
Yeah,
kind of thing?
Oedipus.
Yeah. But like reverse sort of.
It's
but
different though.
See,
Yeah.
Ryan Clark kept letting her talk, like with uninterrupted, and I think she was giving herself away in terms of talking about her son as strictly an investment, and we didn't hear enough about the, hey, that's my son and he should get his own lived experience part, and I'm always here for him, but he should go rock. Wait, I didn't. Yeah,
was she
what
trying to do
about
talk as an agent? Was that the idea that she's
think
speaking
she
as
was-
an agent
I
as opposed
think-
to as a mom?
I think she was combining the two.
She was towing the line.
Because agents are supposed to talk like that. Moms are. I get your point.
She
it's
said,
weird,
"Yo,
but-
I know good people when I see them." Huh?
She was occupying both roles when she was speaking. The longer that she spoke, you can hear both her
The
playing
dude that
both
you are
roles.
today in your relationship, right? If you didn't go through some of the tumultuous shit you've been through in past relationships, you wouldn't have the patience you have today. You wouldn't have the tolerance you have today.
Facts.
You wouldn't
That's
be
a
the
fact.
man that you are today if you didn't endure that other shit, my nigga. That's
Adversity
real.
is definitely a teacher for
Absolutely.
anybody.
So if
you
you're
know?
trying to protect your kids from that, fam, as a boy, I can only speak for being, yo, you getting punched in your face? You learn something from that.
True.
You fighting at 3 o'clock, my nigga, let's take it up on the hill in the grass. You learn some shit from that. All of those things, you know what I'm saying? They're lessons that come along with those things.
But some could argue the other side, like if, and again, not speaking on their relationship, I don't know anything about it, but like a Jalen Green and Drea, you know, somebody say if there was a mom there to prevent that, because she could be looking at
I was
these type of
literally
shit.
about to say
Who
the
says
same
his
thing.
mom ain't there?
No, I'm talking about Jayden Daniels' mom could be looking at those situations and saying, like, yeah, heartbreak, all of that teaches you things, but I'm not about to let my child get groomed by somebody older who's looking at him as a lick because he's this.
Well, all this
and he's
became
all of this.
prevalent from the juju thing, right?
Yeah, but
It was
even
before
that,
that.
look, they don't gotta
Which is a
be
bad look
40.
for her to me.
They don't gotta be 40 years old to get you a lick. We know some of the snipers out here in their 20s and 30s.
Correct.
So, but this is my thing. I would rather my kids take bumps in their 20s than now when he 35 and he run into the Yami. When he's 30, he run into the Yami.
That was it.
I would say it for sure.
That was it.
I mean, not really.
She didn't say nothing.
I didn't say
She
anything.
made faces.
Made a little face to the 30-year-old hottie.
I know he guys know the 20-year-old snipers. Nothing. Never mind.
Why are you always trying to paint that picture?
I am not trying
Or
to
make
paint
the
any
faces
picture.
that we can't see.
Why are you always trying to paint that little
I'm
nasty picture?
not trying to paint any picture. I'm not trying to paint any picture. We're basically saying
Picasso,
we're
girl.
saying the same thing.
Michelangelo.
We're saying the same thing. She's trying to protect him from snipers in general.
Got it.
Not just older women in general. That's what she's trying to protect him from.
Well, when she finally let him loose, he ain't gonna have that training.
He ain't
at
all.
all.
Well, here's the thing.
He ain't gonna have that training.
And guess where he at?
Man.
Deer in headlights.
And guess where he at? DC. And guess what they do out there?
Has he expressed anything about the criticism that she receives from being around him
What he
constantly?
gonna say? Yeah, my mom's
I
still be
haven't
bugging.
I haven't heard that.
I mean, I don't know. Well, I mean, like, why? So if he had a problem with it, wouldn't he have
We
tried
wouldn't
to?
No,
we wouldn't know.
We wouldn't know. Especially
because
not
we're
this-
not gonna.
You know how you'll know if he gets a new
publicly
agent in 2 years.
denounce our mother.
Not denounce, but just like not have her around as much. Like while he's in, from what I understand, it's not that she's around. She's also around in social situations where he could be, like almost like chaperoning dates.
Jesus.
Is she like heavily religious or something?
Yes,
They are. He appears to be. He always.
Because it could, like,
Is it his
no
Christianity
sex before
bag?
marriage and all, like, it could be, she could be pushing a lot on him. Pause.
He popped something in college.
Well, she might know that nigga Herb.
That's the other thing.
That's a good point.
That's the other thing.
She might have seen him in action. Be
She
like, you
saved
know
it for
what?
herself.
Nah, I gotta keep my eye on you.
I got you, kiddo.
They gonna spin you.
Yo, you can't.
Listen, he like it. I love it.
Yeah, true.
What's good for the goose?
Dog.
I'm looking forward to watching play this year.
It's a
That's all I know.
spin and a rinse in every washing machine. You gonna get spun sooner or later. I'd rather them get spun when they're young.
That's
Yeah,
true.
one day you're gonna be sitting at a restaurant and Don Poole gonna walk Melyssa Ford over to the table. Now you got to make a decision, mama
Or the Kenmore.
or mama.
I'm your mama now.
Which mama you want now?
I'm your mama now.
Here you go, baby. Here you go.
I need boots on the ground.
200 million. You might burp them on your shoulder.
Give me a little towel, put it right over there.
That's your problem.
So that's Smokey in trouble.
That's your problem.
The towel got smoky, right?
And we don't ever paint that picture of you like you do to us.
Yeah. Oh
we know
my
how
God.
you feel about them
Yes,
young boys.
the fuck you
Keep
do.
Powers in them. Oh, I need boots on the ground.
You gotta be careful, man.
No comment.
Yeah, that's right.
No comment.
I'm your mama now.
How old
bucko.
is How old is Keith Powers?
He's in his 30s.
Now, right?
Oh, shit.
How old is Da Vinci?
So you do
Who? Da
20, 29, I believe.
Who she said? Who is that?
You knew that right off the cuff.
Wait, who is
I
that?
mean, he
Division?
said it.
Da Vinci.
From BMF.
The dude that you said Melvin run around with.
I was not. I interviewed him.
You just said last week, I wish when somebody
I
said.
did. I mean,
You
he's
sound like you
fine.
were.
Say something
invited.
else. We'll read that text you put in the group chat. Say something else. Stop
I'll
talking
read
to
that
us.
shit right now,
Stop
nigga.
talking to us like you tough.
I'll
We'll
read
read
that
that
shit right
fucking
now.
text you put in
I'll read that shit right
our
now.
work group chat.
I'll read that shit right
You
now.
put this
boy.
text in our work
You was
group
a senior
chat.
when that nigga was on a bottle.
I was trying to be helpful.
I bet.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
trying to
Who
be
you was
helpful.
helping?
To whom?
That's not what you said.
You always helping. That's your problem now. You be helping anyway.
And you put a dance.
The ultimate helper.
And you put a dancing emoji.
Yo, I knew everybody's face when they looked at that text.
I said, what?
That was the fun part.
I was driving, so I was lost. I was like, what is happening right now?
Anyway,
Anywhoos.
Anywho.
And she had the nerve to say,
Hey!
Nixon 5. You such a traitor. That nigga don't know what you was doing when you was texting.
Yo, I do want to take this time out to thank the Boston Celtics.
Yes.
Oh boy.
What a run y'all have been
wondering
on.
when we were getting back to
This
this.
is one of the this is one of my favorite collections of Celtics. You know, how back in the day, you niggas was ultra white on your white boy shit.
True.
All these black people on the Celtics. It's a shame that we broke this team up. It's a shame that we will never see this group of Celtics together again.
Sound like Triple H.
You don't think they keep the nucleus?
I think that next season, well, what's the nucleus? I think that Brown and Tatum stay, of course.
Derek White.
And Drew. Derek White or Drew
I think
or
Drew's expensive.
Porzingis or Horford is out of there.
I think
Next year, their payroll is at $600 million for new owners. For new owners. No, I don't think that new owners are looking at that bill.
I think Drew's gone. I think they keep Derek White. I think Drew's gone. And I think you even if you want to bring Horford back, you can bring him at the veteran minimum.
I think all of them looked like fucking bodega bread in front of the NBA Clutch Player of the Year, Jalen Brunson. And I keep trying to get people to say his name with me, but they won't. Every time I try to get these niggas to say his name is Jalen Brunson, they decide to say something else. Jalen is putting on an absolute clinic out there. Go Knicks. Garden was on fire.
Yeah.
Nah, the Celtics, you had a good run. G-Spin. Don't feel bad, my brother. Don't feel bad, my Ivory brother. It's over, man. Sent them niggas packing in 5 games. 5 of them. Nobody thought it could happen. Anyway, man.
So it's over.
It's a good run, Celtics. Knicks in 5. Gentlemen sweep. Gentlemen, we're going to be gentlemen about it. We're going to be gentlemen about it. Even though the Knicks have not closed out a series on their home court in God knows how long.
25
so
years.
So it would be great. Look at Flip knows how long. So it would be great to do that in Game 6. But why play with them?
Yeah,
don't play with your. Hey, when we was kids, we played with our food. You know what I mean?
I don't believe all that shit.
As an
that shit
adult,
out whenever.
You finish your meal. Finish the breakfast.
It's more serious to come.
The fucking Celtics.
There's more serious.
He's talking real confident.
So, Park, after this, who they play next?
Most likely Indiana.
The winner,
Indiana.
Indiana looks like the.
I'm rooting for Indiana.
That's crazy.
Whoever's next, whoever want to jump on the plate, the dinner plate next. Hey, whether that be Cleveland, Nembhard, Tyrese Halliburton, and the light-skinned ninjas over there. Hey, whoever want to jump on this dinner plate next, it's all good. Knicks in 5. Also, the second favorite to now win the NBA championship, right behind the Thunder. Vegas odds, my brother. I don't work there. I don't work there, my man. Hey, Itch, I don't work there, my brother.
He does not.
I didn't say a thing.
I'm just reporting to you what the Vegas odds is, man. It's cool, man. Y'all gonna work out Austin Reeves' contract and all that.
He just signed.
Y'all gonna work things out.
He good.
Y'all gonna bounce back.
He good. I doubt
Y'all gonna bounce back.
We'll be all right.
We talking about to Eastern Conference finalists right now, though. Mute up.
Not yet.
Mute up for a minute. I mean, we're not talking about fucking first round exits.
I don't even talk basketball. I haven't been
Good.
talking basketball.
Good,
so.
don't.
That's all right.
Don't. You too, Philly Sixer man, mute up, nigga.
I got nothing to say.
You niggas mute up.
Got nothing to say.
You niggas
Nobody's
mute
even
up when the
showing
Knicks
up,
is
yo.
right.
I got nothing to say.
What'd you do with the Sixers ball?
Yeah,
It's behind you.
I'm about to throw that shit in the Hudson. Fucking Sixers ball. Don't ever disrespect
I
us
can't
up
believe
here.
Flip snitched on me too.
He's
My
quick.
fault, man.
He snitched immediately.
I was over there.
bro.
Y'all niggas was over there mumbling and shit like that. I didn't like it.
Yeah,
They left
Joe
me
sold
out.
you out 10 seconds later.
He did. He's a traitor. But you know, hey, I do it for the team.
What team?
Mine, nigga.
Gotcha.
The Delph.
You know.
On Patreon, I'm gonna have a word with him on Shumpert.
Hold on. Oh, wait, what type of word you have with Shump?
See, now me and you about to end up having a word.
I'm just asking you what type of word so I can be able to remove myself.
Oh yeah, you got to remove yourself.
Nah, I can't do that.
You gotta remove yourself.
Can't talk to my man like that, not in front of me. Cause I won't let a nigga do that to you.
Oh, then remove yourself.
Nah, I'm be here, nigga. I want to hear what you guys say about my man.
He's getting it.
Based off of
Iman Shumpert is getting it. And I mean not say getting it like I'm somebody. That ain't what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to say.
You have an opinion that you want to express about the latest headlines.
I mean,
which
just
seem
how
very
I'm.
foul.
Yo, if you my people and you introduce me to somebody, or you now have kids with somebody, or that's your people, then I'm rolling with them just off the strength of you. The second that shit get awkward there when it's family shit, I still shut up because it's family stuff. Family shit is family shit. But once shit start getting too goofy, and I got to read a headline saying that Iman Shumpert wants Teyana Taylor arrested.
I don't agree with that. That sounds crazy.
No, this is my homegirl now.
Yeah.
This is somebody I care about on a deeper level than music. And as a dad, I don't understand that. Somebody would have to explain that to me. Maybe I'm missing something as a parent. I've been in some of the roughest co-parenting situations you could possibly be in. I never said I want her to go to jail and be in jail and then put my kids with Nana or with grandma or let them come with me. What?
That's wild.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
And the headline came out on Mother's Day.
Nah,
it was nuts. It was nuts.
You had it. What happened to it?
Yeah, I got it. Iman Shumpert has filed a court motion asking for Teyana Taylor to be found in criminal contempt of court and send her to jail. In documents obtained by Complex, a motion filed by Shumpert and his legal team demands that Taylor be found in contempt for violating the terms of their divorce, claiming neither party could talk about the case. He's asking the court to fine her $1,000 and throw her in jail for 20 days.
That's crazy.
According to him, Taylor willfully and contemptuously exposed and broadcast specific provisions of the final judgment decree of divorce and related provisions, recklessly disregarding the financial circumstances, privacy, safety, and securities of the parties and their minor children. And he added that Taylor's violation of their deal caused him financial loss and damage to his reputation, both personal and professional.
See, now he got to knock it your dog. You have to knock it the fuck off. Amon Shumpert has been out of the league for however many years, and that's not because of Teyana Taylor, to our knowledge, to my knowledge. I'm speaking for me. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
It's nuts.
Amon, this ain't keeping it P, dog. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
This ain't keeping it none of the letters. This is, I hope it's not true. I hope it's not true. I hope they lying on somebody's name. You saying you want to see Teyana Taylor in jail?
I don't.
What if she did cost him some money though? I'm just for the conversation. What if she did do something that cost him something?
Can we go back to the beginning where she tried to keep the whole thing under wraps, and his team is the one that?
Yeah, they didn't want everything filed under initials. You had to use the names.
Exactly. So he's the one that broadcast to the world that their shit was fucking falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so ironic that this is exactly what he's trying to accuse her of doing. Like,
Dog, niggas didn't know Teyana. No, she ain't with no internet games.
that part
Yeah,
too.
she's not.
Teyana Taylor's not with no internet
She's not
games.
that. She's not with
And
that.
if you start playing internet games, yo, dog, niggas is niggas. So you know that you know your partner buttons and what's going to steer them off of a cliff.
Yeah,
so if you
that's
know
true.
that your wife don't play, or your ex or whatever they are, don't play no internet games, and you play them every chance you get, I don't respect it. I don't respect it. And after the terms came out or they split the divorce, niggas was like, oh shit, nigga.
He did all right.
Like, yes, niggas was bigging him up.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to see Teyana Taylor in jail fresh off of the Met Gala?
You know what? And
he wanted the cops to come to the Met get this. Now, I know how it is when you see your ex shining, nigga. I get it. But you cannot do that.
I don't agree with that. Yeah, he can't do that. That shit hurt.
And I don't know if he got somebody in his ear to say this or his corner to say this, but this ain't it. This ain't it, dog.
This is hard. And she, people that's usually private like that, they take a lot. They take it hard when you try to do things like that. If you understand what I'm saying, it weighs on her because she moves smooth. She's not with none of that. She's not with putting the family out there. She's not with outing him. She's not with trying to make him look a certain way. She just want things to move on. What's the word? Amicably.
Yeah.
But
You know
not
what I
only
mean?
that, they have children.
They do have
together.
children, and they
That's
have
the deal
children
breaker
also.
for me.
This is to
Dog,
me.
I put you on my album. He's on Teyana Taylor's album rapping.
Yeah, I understand. Now,
who the fuck was looking for Iman Shumpert rapping? She was making calls. Yo, my boo has a mixtape or some shit coming out. The television show, I have to assume that was off the strip of. What are you doing? What are you doing, dog?
Him leaving the show was on the strength of her too, though.
What that mean?
What do you mean?
No, the shot. They killed him off the show from some information that I've heard.
I'm talking about their reality show.
Oh, I'm talking about the TV, the Shy that he was on.
I
He was
don't
a
watch
character
The
on
Shy.
I'm just saying he was a character. I said, what if she cost him some bread? He was a character on the Shy for a couple seasons.
A continuous character.
Yes, a continuous character. And when the news came out about what they were starting to go through, you call it irony if you want, he got killed off that season.
Again, who is the one that put their business on Front Street?
I'm with you.
He only has himself to thank for all this shit.
He opened the door because all of this would have stayed under wraps.
He did. And who's to say that she didn't lose any fucking income because of all of like the bad press?
I'm saying that I'm sure there was income loss when
both sides.
power couples or people that you deem to be a power couple split. Somebody's going to lose some money somewhere. I
That's a
can't
fact.
speak to the rumors that you're talking about because I don't watch The Shot. But I know when Amon killed Dancing with the Stars, they wasn't together, and she was the biggest cheerleader publicly.
That's true.
That's a fact.
That is
When
very
the other-
true.
We actually shouted her out for that.
I know. Hey, I'll do you one better. I'll take it a step further, Big Freeze. when no, seriously. When the rumor came out that he was cheating and
yes.
sleeping and sucking and fucking, the first one to his defense
Was her.
was her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get in between me and my best friend. We still,
Yeah. How do you want that woman in jail?
Locked up. That's crazy.
Please. You can't make that make sense for me.
No.
Stop. Hey, niggas die to have a baby mama
like that.
step up
Solid.
for them.
Yeah.
Solid.
Solid. Even when we might not be the best. Cheating
Solid.
rumors, my name. Yo, that's my homie. We not doing that. We friends. Y'all not gonna divide us. I support him. Mind y'all business. What? Come on, man. Stop playing. Stop playing them all. Come on. That's all I got. I ain't want to drag that.
You didn't.
I wanted to save it for Patreon. Because I didn't want to put it on the main and start getting phone calls. But fuck that. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. If I see a headline tomorrow that say one of my niggas, ice-free, we want our baby mom. If you see something for me that say, yo, Joe Budden wants his baby mom locked up, somebody should check on me.
It's a problem.
Honestly.
I don't care what level we on. I ain't gonna
That's
never.
sick.
Yeah,
that's sick.
That is sick.
That is sick.
But you just hit me with this. I'm gonna get at you on Patreon.
Don't get at me, nigga. Pick a side.
No, you just told me because you told me that.
I'm down for the pick a side
but
Olympics.
Don't do that to me, nigga.
I'm in the pick a side Olympics and have zero problem picking a side, especially when I love one person more than the other.
So, Flip, she asked you to pick a side?
She said what he just said.
You can't be neutral in this situation.
She said that he is hurt. He is doing some shit, Flip, that's hurting me. And if you care about him, you should call him and check on him because foul is foul. Nigga, you call me your sister, foul is foul. Nigga, you need to check him and say that. And I called him.
And?
You know what I'm saying? And I told him, and he just said the shit that you're not reading, some of that shit ain't true. But that's just me being willfully obtuse, I guess.
You want to believe you want to believe the best about your people.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. That shit hurt my heart just now. You see, I just nigga,
I know, I saw you.
that shit
You don't like
fucked
that.
my world up because I know how strong she keeps it. She doesn't believe in that. She's not with all that. Like Joe said, she's a wonderful person. She don't believe in blasting niggas. So for him to do that shit hurt me. That shit fucked up.
Now, what I will say about Teyana, that little video she made saying, I just want to get my black back blown out in peace, that probably didn't. That probably didn't massage the situation is all I'm going to say. And that's it. Other than that, Teyana, I love you. Amon, come on, dog. Come on, dog. I don't have anything else. I don't have anything else that is important, unimportant. Is you got something?
Nope.
Why you making that face? What happened?
I'm chilling.
So why your foot about to fall off?
I'm chilling.
Nigga got the whole New Balance attire, nigga. NB socks.
Yo, get off my socks.
Ishmael, you lost a lot of weight. Let's send you a package so you can balance your life out. New Balance. Look at you. You look good, boy. I'm gonna get down to the bottom.
There's a Big Sean, Absol, Joey Badass, Red Bull freestyle rolling around. It's 6 minutes long. I listened to Sean and a little bit of Soul. I haven't heard the rest, but from what I heard, sounds like fire.
They're saying Joey was firing on Daylight and them right in front of Ab.
Ooh.
Let's listen to it and talk about it on Patreon.
Ooh.
Think they was in the studio doing it together?
Yeah, it's like a
shot a video,
like a cipher type of vibe.
See, and that's why I can't fall for rap beef, because when Monster or Red Bull call with a check, you're gonna stand next to the nigga. But I do want to hear it.
Yeah,
I want to hear it.
I heard they're going crazy.
Damn, could Joey Badass rap better than that song?
No,
no disrespect.
Respectfully,
no.
All right, so on Patreon we'll get to that. Yo, if you're listening from Boston, your clubs close at 1.
He's an idiot, yo.
You listening?
Do they really?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
1:30.
What the fuck is wrong with? Why you just made that?
1:30ish. Earlier than us. I don't know why they thought they had a shot.
Everybody closed earlier than us.
Most of us.
Man, shout out to Middle East. We had a lot of good times out there.
Facts.
A lot of good shows out there in Middle East.
Middle East.
I know a lot of good people out in Boston, but fuck all that right now. You heard?
Oh, damn, you brought the fruck back.
Fuck all that right now, man. Hey, listen, anybody listening from Boston, if you know what I can do with my Game 6 tickets, because it looks like we won't be needing those. Should I make content out of them, like burn it, like the LeBron jersey when he went to Miami?
50, man. I hope Jay give y'all 50.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't want to hear a thing, son, if they come back and win the series.
No, I want to hear a whole bunch of shit. I want to hear apologies.
The odds are not. No, the odds are not in their favor. No, because you'll start doing
The
your
odds, the
yo,
evens.
You know,
Nothing is
the
in
odds,
their
the
favor.
evens, the primes,
Nothing is
the
in their
composites. None of them.
If Tatum didn't get hurt, then I would entertain that.
Okay.
But again, we want Tatum to get well soon.
Yes.
Prayers for Tatum.
Hope it's
but
not another Achilles, man.
No,
other than that, man, let's play
Is it
something.
official?
Yeah.
Play something these Celtic niggas could relate to, man. The beautiful part, Boston people, is like, what is your favorite fish?
Oh my God. They up there in New England.
Just like, listen, some catfish,
Clam chowder.
Whiting. Come on, you know I only know 2 fish.
Porgies, bass, salmon,
Cod.
Cod.
You know tilapia, nigga.
Tilapia.
Oh shit.
He tried to play me. I do know tilapia though.
I know you do.
Sounds
you know?
right.
That's the extent of my fish knowledge.
You had some Chilean sea bass.
I had that. Oh wait, what's my other shit that start with a B? Bronzino. Hey, Bronzino. All right, I know 4 fishes. Fishes.
Yeah, you know some snapper, some salmon.
Salmon counts?
Salmon's fish.
Salmon is a
bro.
fish.
Oh, I'm at 7 fish. I'm at 7 fish. Yo, keep us in your prayers. Lord knows we need to be there. Until the next time, we bid you adieu, farewell, adios, arrivederci, hasta la vista, au revoir, so long, goodbye, or a simple head nod will suffice. Remember, life is a series of moments, and moments pass. So let's make this one last as if it's all we have. And last but certainly not least, the baddies are insecure. The stagnant women want to travel, and the closed-minded women want you to teach them things. Grab you a Tylenol. Yo, the funniest part about Mel saying she want to know the boots on the ground dance is it's not a tough dance. Like, what part is it that you having trouble with?
I don't know if I can flick the fan like that. We'll have to see. I don't know. I just ordered a fan.
I'm already home.
Oh, you want to do a TikTok?
I'm already
You fuck with the young niggas for real.
Anybody doing anything fun this week? Anybody got any plans that they're excited about that they want to share with their audience? Or that we can exploit for entertainment purposes?
Just going outside.
One of the boys' birthdays this weekend, so I'll be doing family shit.
Yo, y'all hold it down out there. Hopefully you enjoyed this broadcast as much as we enjoyed delivering it to you. We'll be back this weekend, same time, same place. Hey. Already.
No, Joe Budden.
You've never heard of Joe Budden?
JBP, where would you be without the JBP?
No, Joe Budden.